All right. Apologies for the delay there, people. A little bit of technical difficulties, but we are live. Welcome to the Pro-Am Finals qualifier here in Alton Park. Of course, as usual, Ben Regan McConnell, and joining me, the lad himself, the usual lad himself, Mark Omajamikel. John, you alright?
I'm all good, boss. All good. Here we are, Alton Park. Such a beautiful track to come racing. Very, very bumpy, very, technical, and it's very fun.
It's a beast track. I actually struggled to drive this track yesterday when I did it because, I don't know if you know this, but the McLaren sucks here. Like, really, really bad.
I mean, bad workman blames his tools.
Oh, you had to say it, didn't you? You just had to.
Yeah, I had to. It's in my bones.
I'm going to say this. Alton Park gets a lot of stick, right? People say this is like one of the worst tracks ever. I personally think it's actually a really good track. Like, even in the McLaren, it's hard. Yeah, it shakes the living daylights out of here, but it's beautiful, number one. The way that it's quite a tough track, to be honest, to get just right. But overall, it's perfect.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely something I think would rattle the fillings out of you if you were driving it in real life. But yeah, it's a challenge. It's fun. It's got some nice flowy sections. It's good speed you pick up, and yeah, you can get some good racing here.
Only thing to complain about though is overtaking is pretty much non-existent. In all honesty, it's a nightmare. So, in terms of qualifying, which has just ended, Hansen has taken pole by half a second. Look at that, who's in third place. Christoph Holzer tied perfectly for that P2. So we're going to have a nice, juicy... I'm really pleased to see he's up there. Christoph Holzer, not very well known for being like a podium sitter, but obviously now he's racing in his own class. Yeah, we've got a couple of the amateurs in there as well from the Sprint Series. They've obviously been their class winners as well. They're coming into it, and yeah, it's going to be a beast race. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling positive. We have our good friend safety car here as well.
Yep, the safety car is here, looking splendid as always.
Would we have it any other way?
I mean, yes, I would. I would still have it back to be the whack car, but beggars can't be choosers.
Yeah, can't have it all. Can't have it all, can you? I wish.
Well, what I would have is the whack car.
I wish that Brands Hatch got a lot more love than it does, in all honesty. I think it's actually heartbreaking that it doesn't get anywhere near as much love as it should.
I think it gets more love than Alton Park.
I don't.
No?
Nah. I think it's sadly evaluated as a kind of track that just isn't enjoyed, and it hurts me emotionally.
What do you think is the most underrated track on the planet?
Underrated track on the planet?
Yep. Any track, not just in.
It depends. It depends, really. It depends, really, because I think there's a fair few tracks, like, if you're talking just time trial tracks, then Monaco is like one of the best ones ever, right? Brands Hatch is definitely in that as well. Alton Park, 100%. I'd probably say for me, it's either between Brands or Alton, but that's based on specifically ACC.
Fair. But anything wider spec than that?
If you want me to say Knockhill, I'm not going to say Knockhill.
I mean, I wasn't going to say Knockhill, but since you mentioned it, yes, Knockhill, totally underrated. Best track on the planet. But no, seriously, I think the most underrated track on the planet has to be Istanbul Park. Like, I love that track so much, and it pains me. You have to fight tooth and nail to get it on the calendar. It's like, come on.
I've heard you say that so many times. And you're still wrong every time you say it?
No. No, I'm not.
Alright, so things are a little bit different this week. So obviously this is the finals. This is round 1 of the finals out of 3. First round being here in Alton Park, and it's slightly different to how you normally expect. So we do have the normal 1-hour race, as you would expect in a sprint. But you may notice, if you've got the eagle eyes among you, There are a number 2 in an orange box next to their driver number. That means that they have to box twice. So they have to change their tyre compounds twice in order to actually be safe from a disqualification. So fuel strategy is key here. You need to make sure you've got it right. When I did mine, I didn't do it right. I basically went 65 litres in the first one, then 50 litres in the second, and I didn't have any fuel in the third. But what I actually did was I just switched it around slightly so that I took on my second stop, I actually took the fuel then rather than on the first one. Which was still good, you know, that worked out for me. I managed to get a nice juicy P5. But ideally you want to spread that fuel load across all 3 stops. So if you, well, all 3 stints, sorry, should I say. And that's the most optimal way to attack this track. You don't lose any time because you have to take tyres anyway, and you can actually fully fuel your car within that 30 seconds, so may as well, you know?
Yeah, you know.
Better not be alcohol on the keyboard again. Chris, it wasn't. A keyboard is... I mean, it's actually the same keyboard that I've spilled drinks on like multiple times in the time that I've been doing this. But yeah, it's going strong.
Yep, it's built up a tolerance, you know, after all the alcohol that's been given. You know, you weaned it in slowly, but it's now built up its tolerance.
I mean, what can I say? It's a proper keyboard, isn't it? Right, we are coming around. It's proper Scottish keyboard day. Hell, you knew. Right, round the final corner, getting onto the home straight, ready to get started with the racing. I'm going to go to the front. I'm going to watch Espen Hansen just take off into the sunset. He's on the right-hand side.
Green light. Go.
And we're off. We are away. Good start from Espen there to get himself clearly ahead of Ben, who's had to back out just a touch and slot in just behind him. Beautiful start. They're still going side by side, though. It looks like, in third and fourth. Holzer actually losing out slightly there. Oh, my word. That very nearly became contact. There's still nearly contact between them, but he kept it together. Good start from Cooperis. Up a place already. What have we missed? What's happened?
We've missed a car fly off. Two cars fly off into the dirt.
Who is it?
I've missed it. Trying to find them. It was Yarmilo and...
Alright, let's go back 30 seconds if we can catch it. Yeah, we got it here. Alright. So, I know I'm not streaming to you. Apologies. I will do that in a second.
All good.
But Yarmilo on the inside coming up to the left-hander. Looks like he's just made a bit of a dive down the inside, but no, clean. Is there going to be contact with somebody else? Oh no, it was an Aston up ahead. There was 2 separate incidents. Schultz got involved with a car, an Aston up ahead. And then, yeah, the Bentley that he was alongside as well, for Yarmilo, had a little bit of contact. And yeah, Yarmilo ended up off onto the side. So, for your benefit, I'm now streaming so you can see what I can see. You're welcome. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, me. Professionals.
Yeah, stream. Confirmed. Ah, I'm glad that, you know what, the new DLS, oh, somebody's off. Who's that? Somebody's off into the gravel. Right, there's a yellow.
That is.
That looks like
Schultz again, I think. Oh, no, it's not. It's
Serity. Let's go back 20 seconds. See you then. Here we go. Late break. All is okay. Too late on the brake. Oh, dear.
Yep.
Pirouette. And somebody else was off with him when he started rejoining, so was there contact on the rejoin? Nope, just a boob on his own.
Yeah.
Who is that? Podolek. Bad times. Okay, so after the first lap has been done, you got Hansen still on a race lead with Muller P2, Cooperis P3, and I literally just said McLaren suck here, and they're P2 and 3, so either OP drivers or patch 1.8 made McLaren's OP.
I mean, or it could just be, you know, the workman problem as usual.
Yeah, something like that. I will say, patch 1.8 has actually buffed the McLaren. I didn't think it would, but they have actually buffed it. Just not here, not this track. And apparently, they've also made the McLaren... So the McLaren was already... Oh, we've had somebody else off. 378, is that?
There's Gasker.
Where am I looking? There he is. 778, my bad. Let's go back 15. It's going to be a curb. It's going to be... Oh, no, he's just lost it on his own. Oh, dear.
Dear, oh dear, oh dear.
F-Sync chat. What was I saying? Yeah, it's apparently the McLarens are already OP. Well, not apparently. They are already OP at Silverstone. But now, because of the new patch, they've made it even more OP, so things you'll love to see. As a McLaren main driver.
Yep. As a big McLaren simp.
Have you seen, by the way, in the new update, that there's now a purple thing on the telemetry? Do you know what that means?
Yes, I have. I've seen. There
I'm
is
sure you
also.
can figure it out, right? You know what it means?
Yes, indeed. There's also if you check the track map, I don't know if you can see it on your screen, but when you're in the garage, you can see like a triangle for the leader.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Wait,
everyone
when
else
did
is
that come out?
Oh
no, I can see it.
Patch. Yeah.
There he
So
is.
yeah,
Look at
every
that.
on the track map, everyone else is a wee circle, but the leader is a triangle, so that you can spot the.
I'm gonna moan. I'm gonna moan. I'm gonna have a whinge. I'm gonna have a whinge. Why is the triangle not pointing in the direction the car is facing? That hurts me.
Why are the circles not pointing in a direction?
Circles are fine. You can get away with that. But triangles should be pointing at all times in the direction the car is facing. Am I wrong?
I mean, no, you're not. But unfortunately, I'm not a UI designer for.
Well, because now
ACC.
it's now it's a shape.
Now
and
it's
only
pointing,
a shape.
now it's pointing the correct
Yeah,
direction.
yeah. Well, sort of, unless he's drifting slightly. Oh, we've had it Aston off. Oh, actually, something else I forgot to mention on this track is pressure loss is huge here. Because of how bumpy the track is in general anyway, if you touch the grass in the wrong way, you can very, very easily lose tyre pressure. And if you lose tyre pressure, you're not getting it back. Now, there is 2 stops here, so that's one of the major things. But, yeah. Oh, new line there for Lazelle.
Just testing things out, you know.
Just seeing Hansen pull away, in all honesty. This reminds me of Hansen of old. When I first started racing with Hansen, he was always super quick. And then was actually like attacking quite nicely, but now it's no, it's not. What if it's an equilateral triangle? What do you mean,
I mean,
Dr. Watson? Why would it?
It wouldn't matter if it's
any
equilateral; it still wouldn't be pointing in the right direction.
Yeah.
And also, I think it is an equilateral triangle. It's hard to tell.
Yeah, it is. It is.
It's looking too small to see. But
is it isosceles the one that's like two of the longest sides? So they got 2 long sides that match the same length, but then you got the short one. Is that right? Is that what isosceles is? I'm testing like my GCSE level. I'm so old, I don't even remember. Isosceles.
Yeah,
triangle.
it's they're the 2 smaller ones.
What is an isosceles triangle? A triangle in which 2 sides have the same length.
Yeah.
That was right. Nailed it. See? I can remember GCSE maths.
Happy days. Been a long time.
It has. 2006 I left school.
Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
I know.
Some of these drivers weren't alive then.
That hurts me to even think that that's possible.
It's also true.
I know, that's what I mean. Oh, Katan's in the pits early. Alright, we have a pit stop. So pit stop
early.
1 being done. I bet you this is... Oops, I made a boo-boo. Tyre pressures have gone. I need to get this out of the way. Luckily can.
Schultz is pitted as well, but that was obviously his mistake, so...
Yeah.
Makes sense that he's just decided to try and get that out of the way.
I don't know how much damage he got though, in all honesty.
I don't know if he got any, but like, because he was already at the back of the field,
Yeah.
made
Now we're
sense to just
entering-
get it out of the way.
Now we're entering Hot Lap Simulator.
Be a hot lap simulator.
I mean, it's getting to a point where they're bedded in now. They've got that rhythm. They're starting to just focus on their laps and making sure they're clean and tidy. Because even if you close into the guy ahead on this track, there's like 3 areas maybe at most where you can make a send, and it has to be so calculated with the perfect exit. And you know, car characteristics, I'm going to call it, come into play.
Car characteristics.
Well, yeah, because I mean, like the Porsches, for example, they're really good on acceleration, but they suck on top speed. And obviously, in a track like this, where there's not a great deal of high straights, accelerations can be so important. And there's quite a fair few slow corners, so, you know, the Porsche is going to be way better than, say, the McLaren, or even especially the Aston. Bentley's going to be pretty good here as well. So Christoph also may still be able to get a couple of juicy overtakes, maybe even snatch a P2 out of this if he can continue. But strategy is going to be the most important factor here. I cannot stress that enough.
Yeah, it's going to be who runs long, who comes in early for the pit stop. It's all about getting the clear air and trying to just go absolute hell for leather.
Yeah.
As we see Tillett, tickling the grass a little bit.
A little tickle.
A little tickle. Just giving it a little trim.
Have people changed their liveries? I feel like I'm seeing liveries I've not seen before.
I don't think so. Tudor's actually looks a little bit different.
Where is he? Tudor. Does it?
So I don't remember the gold being as prominent, but maybe I'm wrong.
Someone I wish had changed their livery.
Are we going to be talking about Hansen?
Yep.
Yep.
Look at the state of that thing.
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking through the rest of them. I don't think anyone else has changed anything to what I can see.
I just don't recall Cooper's McLaren looking like that.
Oh wait, you're right. The blue is different.
I don't know if it's because I've turned on the DLSS that it looks different.
No. Blue. He's darkened the blue and
Chromed it.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks clean. I like it.
Oh yeah, it looks nice.
I just don't know if it looks the same. It looks like they added some depth of field to the broadcast cams now. It's because the DLSS allows us to run the game like on much higher quality than what I have been running it previously. And it seems to have also added some additional visual features. So yeah, maybe the depth of field seems to be better as well, which would be really cool. I think the 1.8 update is awesome.
I've still not actually given a whirl yet. I'll need to do that. Get out the old wheel and take it around the track a little.
Yes, actually, yes. Good idea.
Yes, darling.
Righto. Serity's in the pits. I mean, he's on his way out. The strategy call for him. I think he was
already.
Serity. They're the only three so far that have actually boxed. So we're starting to see. I don't think we're at a point of pit stop coming out. I mean, realistically, if you wanted to nail it perfectly on the head, you want every 20 minutes, right? 40 minutes remaining, and then 20 minutes remaining, and then you've nailed it almost perfectly. But usually the first stint, because of how the way that you drive, it's quite often you mess the tires up more there than anywhere else.
Yeah, and obviously the people who have pitted, like Saturday came in, but he had made a mistake. Schultz came in and he had made a mistake. Tam's the only one that's actually came in without having a catastrophic moment, shall we say. As we just have a look through the rest of the field for a moment. Boschart is actually getting nice and close to the back of Lizelle right now, so might be seeing an overtake potentially on the horizon, or maybe he's just pushing, getting everything out of these tyres before he drags it into the pits at the end of this lap. We'll keep an eye on that and see what he's able to do. On the field, there's also Tillett, as we see a 5-second penalty coming in for car 27, which is Topham. So I never actually seen what that was for.
I think that was for the contact you had with Schultz, which sent Schultz off into the wall. I didn't see it well enough myself.
Schultz, Catan, and Yarmilo were all involved in that, as Tillett's actually just spun himself off and into the grass. And he now just does a 360, trying to put his foot down, and now he's facing the wrong way when he was facing the correct way. So that was a big mistake there.
Big boo-boos.
The big boo-boos.
In the pit lane. Roger call, 13 minutes in. Is this a good idea?
Yes, perfect. He's nailed it.
Yeah, all right.
Nailed it.
Okay.
He's nailed it. He's gonna come in P2. Easy peasy.
Yeah. I mean, the other thing I could think of is if he's made a boo-boo and his tyres have gone, like I said, his pressures have dropped and he needs to then top them out and then go, okay, now I've got to drive smarter. Because I would actually say here, this is a track where you want to sacrifice those few tenths if it means that you can be that bit more consistent and avoid getting the tyre pressure loss. But I'm actually quite surprised we've not seen any deaths coming through that long, fast left-hander.
There's still time. Still plenty of time. As Catan's now putting in the fastest laps, so got some pace there at the back of the grid. Long way to make up though at the moment. See whereabouts. He's trying to get his timings here. How far off of Christoph Holzer he is. It's about 7-8 seconds at the back of Christoph. So yeah. He's not too far off, good points paying positions. So if Dan can keep up this pace, he might actually, as we said, that early pit stop might actually be coming into his favour.
Yeah. Oh, we've got another one in. That is Jaromilo into the box. I'm diving into the pit lane there.
Yep, and so far, no penalties for speeding in the pit lane, so, well done, troops. That's always the thing that just ruins your day. It's like being a mile or two over, coming into the pits, and then being slapped with a big old penalty. As who else is that in now? That's Tillett. Tillett's also coming in. So this seems to be about the time. Seems to be the time that everyone's now decided that this is good to come in. As we just see, who's this coming in now? Gasca as well. So, yep, looks like most people decided around the 15-minute mark is the best time to make pit stops on this first stint. We'll see now. Hansen is just coming round the final corner, so we'll see if he's decided that it's also good for him to come in. But Mullard isn't too far behind him, so and he continues on, and so does Mullard. They seem happy enough with their pace and happy enough with their tyres, so on they go.
Right on, right on. Oh god, that's a nice line, Lizelle. Just do it, cutting the grass. He's just cutting the grass. He's alright. He's doing the service for the country. Cheers, mate. You're a lad. Good guy, Lizelle.
Your service will be remembered.
Oh, here we go. We got Boscher having a little bit of a look at him as well. They are going side. Well, they were going side by side, but yeah, that didn't. Oh, that little dip there almost sent the Porsche off into the distance. No deaths. Everything's fine. As you were.
Okay. Back to cutting the grass we go.
I actually cut the grass a couple of times in my race, to be honest. This is one of them tracks, especially with the fact that we got the new patch, right? Where the cars are just struggling to stay on the track correctly. Oh, and he's doing it again! Oh, Lizelle, you gotta get it together, my dude. You gotta get it together. But Boscher, actually, is he gonna send it? Is this gonna be a send from Boscher? Give us a juicy send. Come on. Oh, nearly getting there. I mean, they got more than a send almost. Nearly giving a kiss of death. A bit of smooch would have been fine.
I mean, that was the kiss of death. That was, puckered up anus. That would have been really much. Oh, Catan!
No, what have I missed?
He's been putting fast lap after fast lap after fast lap, and then just massively spins out.
Watch in. Do you remember? This is the corner. This is the corner. I said it. I said I'm surprised we're not seeing anyone die there. I'm not taking the blame for that one because I think commentators' curses have to be within the same lap, right? Surely.
Sure. I'll allow you this one. But yeah, as we say, he was going fastest of anyone on the track, quite consistently, being right up there, gaining 3/10 on the leaders. But he has been the back end has been stepping out. I've been keeping an eye on. He's been stepping out a little bit, but he's been keeping it under control and just trying to go through there. It just did not stick. Back end overtook front end, and away round he went, and he lost 12 seconds because of that.
Well, it's sad. But I actually want to point out that a great stop has been made by Boschert, so he's almost timed it perfectly anyway in terms of the 20 minutes if you wanted to do it split down the middle. But he realised he was getting stuck, held up behind the Bentley, and decided, you know what, I'm going to be faster, more consistent, less threat to being accidentally taken out if I box now, then go into a quick pace and consistency mode, and then I can carry on doing the do's and maybe even overtake him in the pit stop because he's still got that advantage. We're just waiting to find when Lizelle actually brings himself into the pits. I mean, obviously he's got another minute before he hits the optimum time. If you wanted to, do, again, like I said, split it down into 3. Oh, he's going wide. He might have to box this lap. I reckon Lizelle's in this lap. We've got Hansen in and Cooper's in.
One thing that's not worked out well for Boschert is he's actually came out behind Catan.
Yeah.
So yeah, not going too well on that front. He will have to make an overtake or just hope Catan, because obviously Catan came in for the early pit, so he might have to just hope that Catan's pit stops coming.
Lizelle, my dude, that's not the way, man. It's not the way. Let's see where Christoph Holzer is. As rightly pointed out by Simon Bauer, excited to see if the undercut worked for Holzer. So we'll go on board with him. We'll do it like, should we do a chase cam? We never do a chase cam, mainly because it's awful to watch normally. I want to see where he comes out in relative to the other 3 drivers that boxed just now as well. So Hansen, Cooperis, and Topham. Hansen's just done his. I think that's
Hansen's in front.
Yeah, and so is Cooperis. This
Cooperis is not. Cooperis is behind.
Yep, that is correct. Push my mouth. But was he? No, Cooper's actually jumped him. So yeah, this has worked. Not only has it worked, it's gained him a lot of time. But he is ahead of Cooper's now. What's that, by what, 3 seconds maybe a little bit more than that? A huge move there from Christoph Holzer to do the undercut. It has absolutely worked out for him.
Yep, and he just needs to hope that his tyres keep up for, because you know he did pit 5-6 minutes before. Before the rest of the top runners, actually, to be honest, the rest of everyone he was fighting. So it's helped him massively at the moment, but I mean, he has put in the fastest lap as well, so it's not like he's not got the pace. He's just going tidy, shall we say? So needs to just make sure he's keeping it up. 2 seconds off Hansen just now. So yeah, he's doing well. He's in a good position. What is effectively P2. So keep running. We'll see if Mullard's actually able to, because when Mullard comes in, that will be. In fact, is Mullard in now? Mullard
he is. Yeah,
so we'll see when he comes out.
Exactly. I mean, he's actually on his way out already. And actually, here comes Hansen down the home straight with Christoph Holzer in tow as well. So let's quickly go to a helicam so we hopefully can see them. The problem you've got with this track is it's so scary to go side by side with it. I think he's ahead, isn't he? He is. Mullard has actually got ahead. So race leader has transitioned. Well, net race leader, should I say, because obviously we've got to wait for Omar and Tudor to box as well. But Mullard has actually taken the lead from that. Beautiful.
So what do you make of that? Both the undercut and the overcut work?
I think it's more down to, I reckon Hansen properly screwed up his pit entry. I don't think he went into the box correctly and probably had to get moved, which loses you like 2 or 3 seconds easily. So, you know, the gap difference shouldn't have been so severe. The lap times were pretty good from both of them anyway on their in-laps. So I can only assume that Hansen did in fact bottle his entrance to his pit lane, his pit box. So, yeah, that's all it can be in my opinion.
Are we following the same logic then for Holzer? Or as he just nailed his pit entry and Cooperist failed?
I think it's a mixture that Holzer was also putting in insane lap times. Like he's putting in really quick lap times anyway, obviously having that purple lap as well. But yeah, nail it into your pit lane. But Hansen, good catch. Yeah, if you nail that pit box perfectly, it can gain you so much time. It's why people stress so much to you. You must must practice your pit entry. It doesn't just mean you avoid getting penalties. It also means that you're not going to find yourself in a situation where you've been overtaken because you balled it slightly.
Yeah. Just having a look. Tudor has now came into the pits as well, and Omar. So we'll see where these guys feed into. But now, race lead is McLaren of Ben Mullard.
He has a triangle. He is a triangle.
He is triangle boy.
However, and I've said this already twice now, McLaren sucks here. Porsche OP here, and you have Hansen at the wheel, so you know he's going to look for those gaps. He's going to send it. It might not always be calculated. It might not always work out. It may end up in a contact, but he's got the car for it. Unfortunately, he has an awful livery to boot, but you know, but luckily we get to see a nice, sexy McLaren in front of him for now.
Yep, shaking that 77 ass in front.
Yeah.
Come get me, big boy. Reclaim your triangle.
My cheeks are spread.
I've stolen your percussion instrument. I want to see Holzer, though, get involved in this fight as well. You know, if these two start battling, that really plays into his hands. You know, right now he's sitting he's pretty close with onto the podium, and he's gained lots of time over Kuperis. I think Kuperis did lose a bit of time with the traffic, but yeah, now he's, you know, Christoph's got a 5-second gap, and sitting comfortable there in that podium position.
Yeah, he's done really, really well. I think, yeah, again, going back to how I think it went down, I think Holzer did nail his pit entry. I reckon Kuperis didn't, and I think ultimately that's what it came down to. Did you make a banned geek joke?
I don't know what I said. Oh, triangle percussion. Yeah, suppose that could be band geek. Yeah, let's go with that. See, the problem, Dr. Watson, is things just come out of my mouth and I didn't realise I was saying them. That's, it happens constantly.
He says to the judge.
Yeah.
Things come out of my mouth, it just happened.
See, there's a lot of times though, like, I'll say something and I'll start laughing, and then it's only like 10, 15 seconds later when I'm laughing that I realise that, oh, the funny person that said that was actually me. I was like, oh.
I tripped and fell on that man's gooch, honest. I'm really pleased to see a McLaren in P1. This warms my heart. Let's have a look at lap time, shall we? So, Mullard, last lap did a 34.8. Obviously, about to see an update from him in a second. Hansen did a 34.6, so he actually did gain 0.2. But it looks like he's lost it again here. There was a 34.4 for Mullard and a 34.6 for Hansen. Person who's lapping faster than both of them, though, is Christoph Holzer, 34.3. So he's already got has he still got fastest lap? Yes, he does. He is actually pushing beautifully here. He should close in on them. If he can continue this momentum, he should be on them in about 4 or 5 laps before he needs to pit again. Oh, if he does another... Can you imagine if Christoph Holzer wins this race because of his juicy pit stops again? If he nails it...
That's what I'm hoping.
It could actually... genuinely could happen. If any one of these two ahead of him bottle the pit entry and he nails it, it legit could happen.
Yep. It's and especially, again, if they start fighting after Christoph throws himself into the pits, which we presume he will be pitting earlier than these guys, then yeah, they're going to cost each other time, not realizing that once they come out the pits, they're going to be at the back of Christoph Holzer.
Yes, indeed. Righto.
Just having a look through the rest of the pack. The only one else that's kind of close to anything is Jarmilo, but not close enough to make a move at the moment. But nice. It looks like he's pulling in there. You know, he seems substantially faster. So we'll see if he's able to find a place to make it work.
I don't know. Every time I say his name, I just feel like breaking out in a song.
I think you should. In fact, you should just break out in songs. Always. Just anything.
Well,
Any topic. It looks like we've got a couple of guys going side by side here. What's happening with this?
who we got? Oh, that was a wobble.
Yeah. I think it might have been. Yeah, it's Gascar. They were overtaking Gascar.
Oh, it was a safety car. We lost safety car. It's alright. Panic over. Don't worry. On me. Ben Mullet is still being chased. There you go. Was that a good time to sing?
Yep.
Wasn't a very good sing though, was it?
I mean, the more you do it, the better you'll get, you know.
I don't think it's how it works with singing.
That's exactly how practice works.
Have you ever watched Britain's Got Talent?
Hey, and these people clearly didn't sing that often. We see Gasca having another little off. Not having the smoothest of races. Still going, which is what we like to see. Looks like Christoph Holzer lost a bit of time to the guys in front there. They've both now lapping, and Hansen's are putting a 33.9.
Yeah.
But it was invalid, the lap, so it does not get him the fastest lap record. But that doesn't matter if it's invalid. It still put him 6/10 further up the road than Christoph Holzer that lap.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing. Yeah. Well, you got to be so consistent on this track. Because if you're even slightly off, I mean, like I say, Holtz's previous laps were like, what, 34.3s, 34.2s, which are pretty good, and then you just dropped one. It was only 34.5, he didn't drop loads. But just Hansen was just that little bit better, that little bit faster. Yeah, again, went off the track, almost died, but it proves the difference. Yeah, he gained that one time, but if he does it wrong, that's more than death, I think. I think even the Grim Reaper like, oh, I'm not picking that up. I mean, a bit of a mess that does, doesn't it?
That's below his pay grade.
That's below my pay grade, eh? I'm not doing it. No. Sorry, I'll stop.
I know you won't.
Yeah, well.
Never.
Never. Come on. Let's have it, Espen. I want to see Ascend. Will you two be commentating next season, by the way? Unfortunately, not. Badger is hanging up his commentary microphone. And I will be hanging up my commentary microphone, but switching to a driver in OOR.
It's going to go broom broom with all the speedy boys. Trying to show this Hansen who's boss.
Yeah. He's got this.
And keeping an eye, Yarmilo, again, as we were saying earlier, he is getting nice and close, but
that's a mistake.
Close enough to make.
Sorry, didn't mean to just completely chop you off there. That was a big mistake from Mullard. He went so far off the track coming through turn 3. Oh, somebody else is off. Who's that? 43? 40? That's Schultz. He's alright. He's fine.
He's fine.
He's alright.
Yeah. But yeah, Schultz and Gasca have both made their final pit stops. It seems maybe a touch early with 30 minutes to go, but you know, we're knowing the car. Maybe they know something we don't.
No.
Or maybe they've made a mistake. But you know,
I think
we'll find out.
I think they may already have like a strategy played out in their head. Either that or they're winging it, maybe, I don't know. But yeah. I didn't allow either of these things. What, to be a commentator or a driver? You didn't want me. You didn't want us to stop commentating, and you didn't want us to be a driver. The F, man. You worried I'm coming for your neck? You worried I'm gonna spank you racing, Chris?
I just read what Adam said. It was like, we used to be commentating next season. No, we won't be. Finally.
Yeah, I love you too, Kaki. Thanks, mate.
Unbelievable.
Shocking.
Shocking, mate.
Absolutely shocking.
But yeah, let's go back to the action. And now that Hansen's managing to keep his car on the road, he's back to losing 0.2 a lap to Christoph Holzer. Yep. So That was just one lap, absolute gung-ho, running it off and,
Oh.
you know, being disallowed, but also being very consistent.
Pit stops happen. Catan and Jaromila coming in for their final pit stop. As them two in. Jaromila was actually stuck behind Boscher there for a significant amount of time, so I think this is a strategy call to undercut him, which would be good if you can. Maybe get a nice P6 out of it, I think he gets. P7. Big shoes to fill, just saying. What, as in as a driver or a commentator? Or both? I don't
don't actually know who's taking over the comms, do we? I don't think that's been announced yet.
I don't think it has been announced. I don't know if he's even got it sorted yet. I mean, he knows that, well, we've already made it clear to the admins some time ago that we're leaving. So I know that he's definitely on it. I think I know who will be replacing. It's just obviously not been confirmed. So yeah. I knew you would take it like that, you goofs. The finally was on the fact that Ben was actually started driving in the EU. I wanted to drive in the EU initially. Like when I was told, when I was asked if I'd get involved in OOR for EU, I was like, yeah, looking forward to it. Like, yeah, I can push this as a driver, but also as like a, I guess some sort of like lead coordinator kind of thing. And then it was like, oh yeah, we need your broadcast. Like, yeah, alright, fine, I'll do it. It's not that I didn't like doing it, it's just...
It was just an excuse to get back into bed with me.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, when Badger agreed to doing it with me, I was like, I mean, you know, this is like the best scenario for me. There's realistically no one else that I'd want to do it with, apart from Mr. King Kodiak, but he doesn't do ACC anymore anyway, so it's you and him.
Good old Kodiak. Love seeing that man.
Yeah.
It's been a while, but as we were talking, Christoph Holzers came in for his final pit stop. He's coming out in clear air, putting in fast lap times. Let's see him go. Got a little bit before he catches up to the back of Omar. So yeah, he should hopefully be able to put in some good lap times and start challenging these boys at the front.
We talked about Jaromila undercutting Boscher, and Boscher is in the pit, so let's see exactly how good, if an overcut has been performed. It looks to me like that has been a very successful undercut, and he is clear of the Porsche.
Big sad for
Things you
Boscher.
hate to see. I didn't see that. I mean, it'll be cleared in, I think it's a 10 second, I think they get.
Yeah, it should end up getting wiped and putting in a 10, but that's gotta hurt.
It's a big sedge.
Yeah. That has got to hurt.
Got a stinger on the rear. I'm curious to see how good this pit stop strategy from Christoph Holtz has been. Because if he could jump these two, the scenes.
Yeah. The scenes indeed. The scenes indeed. And the fastest lap now has went to Hansen. But
just
one thing to note, it's literally like by a hundredth of a second. It's not by much. So if Christoph Holzer can start putting down the pace that we know that he has, and yeah, he could definitely still be leading this race come, you know, the end of these pit stops.
The scenes! Exactly, Viva. Good evening, mate. Good to see it. Maybe Badger has a chance of being a big commentator phenomenon now. Has he even thought about that? I bet not. The thing is, I actually had to really twist Badger's arm to commentate when he first did it, because I think it's safe to say you lacked the confidence in that kind of setting, especially self-confidence. You definitely didn't think you were capable of doing it, and I had a feeling that you would be pretty good at it anyway. And then I remember our actual first commentary together went so well. I was blown away when we commentated together, and I was just like, wow, you need to do this all the time, especially with the fact that we had the chemistry together anyway. And we've always had that chemistry, and I think it's perfect. It reminds me of the old Ragkasa days, but like,
oh yes,
this is like Ragkasa 2.0, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but the whole, like, I wasn't even ever going to do the commentary, and then it was like, I don't know, someone was sick or something, and couldn't make the race, and it was like 30 minutes before the race, and they were like, can you do it? And I was like, sure. Like, I'll batter in and jump in, and it ended up going really well.
Yeah. Rather well.
Did do that, yes.
Yes. He's very good, but don't tell him that. Roger that. There we're done.
So I've just had a look. Christoph Holzer has went 5/10 faster than Hansen that lap. However, Hansen was a bit off the pace from Bullard as well. So we'll see. We'll see. He's definitely putting in the work, Christoph Holzer. He's putting himself in a good position.
Yep. Yes, sir. Wasn't that for the F2? I don't actually remember. Honestly.
I think it was for the full thing, but so I started on the F2 and I continued it through the F1, I think, and then I ended up just doing the F2s like consistently after that.
I don't remember that far back, honestly. Oh,
I mean, to be fair,
Espinason's
my
in.
brain's pretty fried.
He's in.
He's in.
He's
See what he
in.
can do.
Also, are the servers set to dry only? Because I've not seen any hint of cloud or rain.
Yeah, I was thinking that. I was thinking that at the start. It seemed very
Non-British?
yeah.
Where's the bloody rain?
Where's the snow? Come on.
Also, air temp 21?
Lies.
That's bollocks. I've never seen that in the UK in my life. Oh, he's out. There he is. Where is Christoph Holzer? Oh, he's coming around the home straight. Is he going? He's not going to be ahead of him. He's not. I think he's actually lost out time. Yeah, he's lost out this time. He's lost out big time this time around.
Yeah, looks like he has lost out big time. Unfortunate, worth a punt.
Punt in the rear. We both knew what I was thinking.
Oh yes, I think everyone knew what you were thinking. I have a story about that, but I can't tell you on air. But yeah, looks like he's lost a good 2.5 seconds ish to Hansen.
Mullard's in. Well, Mullard's in. So that last time they did this, Mullard not only overtook Hansen, he actually built a fair bit of a gap. Yeah, exactly.
We'll see how long the pit stop is for.
Where is Hansen?
Yeah. Well, Hansen's still got 2 corners to go, so see when this car or Bullard starts moving, if he's going to potentially miss out.
Here comes Hansen.
Moving now, and he starts moving now. This is going to be close.
Tight.
I think he's got it. I think he's got it. Now, up to full speed. Coming round the corner. Here comes Hansen.
And Mullard's clear.
Yeah, Mullard's clear.
I mean, he's on him. Don't get me wrong. He's a bit further back, but he's still on him. He's on him enough.
He's on him enough that it can be charged.
The cockpit, just see how far back he is. He's got a bit more of a gap, but still, yeah, what, 7/10, just under? And that Porsche looks so planted through there. But, oh, and he's already up in his crevice. Look at this. The tyres are not even going to be ready for Ben Mullard, so this is really Hansen's chance to pounce, really.
Hansen's chancing.
Hansen is chancing, and he needs to chance on it right here. That was not the way through that corner, mate.
Yep. That's Hansen blowing his chancing all over the back of that car. Kivras still hasn't decided to come into the pits. So he's going to take it round for another lap.
Oh, too heavy there. That was an acceleration and a half from Hansen. I miss racing Hansen. We had such good close battles all the time. I hope he stays in for the next season so I can kick his backside. I mean, so I can race him on track and have a really good friendly battle with him.
Yeah, I too want to see him kick your ass.
He didn't kick. For the record, he didn't kick my ass. I kicked his ass more times than he kicked mine. But he always had an excuse like I couldn't practice or life comes first. Stop being a loser, Raggy.
I mean,
Shut up.
That's good life
Lawnmower.
advice.
I kind of want to stay on board with him just all the time. So every time he goes off track, I can just call out his lawnmower.
I mean,
I've
that's
got a
your right
question
as a
for you.
commentator. Yes.
I've got a question for you. You know the... I don't want to use the word, okay, because I want to see what you call it. You know the word that you use... sorry, you know the tool that you use to cut your garden with? You've got a lawnmower, then you've got another thing that's like a little handheld thing.
Strimmer.
Strimmer, yeah, okay, you do call it a strimmer as well. Then. That's good.
Why? What do other people call it?
I don't know. I just thought that it was like a very... Strimmer didn't seem like the proper word for it, you know what I mean?
I mean, it might not be. Well, that's what I call it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I thought it was a Yorkshire thing. It's like,
No.
you know the name for an alleyway? Like, there's like all these different names for it.
Right, okay.
Did you not know that?
I mean, yes, there's like lots of different names for alleys, but like, are you about to say something that's really horrific? Or
No. Just,
And-
like, I thought it was another thing like an alleyway, as in everybody keeps calling, as in situation like the alleyway, should I say, where there's like 1,000 different words for it. Like, where I come from, we call it a ginnel.
I mean, I've never heard that.
Well, that's what I'm saying, right? But down here, they call it a twitchell.
What?
Exactly.
What is wrong with you people?
Exactly. Right,
is
what do you
wrong
call it?
with
You're going to
people?
call it something really stupid, aren't you? Cooper's is in, by the way.
I mean, we don't have a specific nickname for it. Just like, you know,
What do you call it? You don't call it an alleyway, do you?
like
or an
there's like alleyways, back alleyways, lanes.
Well, I've not heard lanes before.
I mean, just normal people things.
It's not normal.
Like, what?
You don't call them lanes. That's not
You
a thing.
didn't call them a gimel or whatever the hell you said either.
I don't disagree with that. I'm just saying you don't call them lanes. I mean, I got used to calling them an alley anyway.
I mean,
Because that's his proper name, right?
yes, but like, realistically speaking, Scotland's not got enough cities to, you know, warrant having a nickname for your alleys. Like, there's
Whoa,
not
look
enough
at- hang on.
weird shit
All
going
the
on.
fun. Yaramilo and Catan having a bit of a scrap. There was actually a three-way fight going on
We've
between
got a crash.
Where? Who?
Schultz and Omar.
Right, let's watch this then. 20 seconds back. Alley or back lane for sure. You need help. Oh. Omar was letting him through and then didn't. Oh. That's an F.
Big sad.
That's an F. Just look away.
Yeah, big sad. There.
Things you don't like to see.
Big sad. But yeah, I mean, in Scotland, we just do our crime out in the open, you know, so we don't need nicknames for all these things. You know the one thing, like, that I only found out a couple of years ago? Like, and I don't know if this is true worldwide or not. Do you, like, ever walk down places and you see, like, shoelaces or shoes, like, thrown over?
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
So I only found out recently that that is to signal to people that you can buy drugs nearby.
That's surely not true.
Yeah, that's I only found out recently. Like that's like a thing that people do to be like, yeah, there's a drug dealer nearby.
Here's a thought.
Sorry.
A, who came up with that idea? B, who came up with the idea that made it blow up so hard that everyone else does it?
Well, that's the thing.
'Cause
Like,
it's not just UK, is it? That's an American thing as well.
yeah, but no one would do like this is the thing. It's done so far and wide, and it's not like people are just doing it for shits and giggles. So there has to be a purpose for it, and I only just found out that that's the purpose. I was like, oh, that explains it because there's drug dealers everywhere. So it makes
True.
sense that they're all just be like, oh, that's a good idea. Because realistically speaking, until it's found out, which obviously it now has been, it's like the police are never going to look at that and be like, oh, there's illicit business afoot.
Well, we'll have to sit tight on that topic because, oh my word, Hansen very nearly gave Mullard the kiss of death there. Nearly got mullered, is what he nearly did. Get it?
No, you're going to have to explain it to me.
You never heard the phrase mullered, right? You heard
No,
it, didn't you?
you're going to have to explain it to me. Come on.
No, I don't want to. Because you're baiting me out and I don't like it. I don't like this. I do need to BRB 2 seconds. Can you take over?
I suppose so. I suppose so. He's going to leave just as Hansen's about to make his move. I can guarantee it. It's happening. Feel it in my toes. Hansen's getting there nice and tight, nice and close, but still not close enough at the moment. And he just keeps dipping that wheel a little. But he certainly definitely has the pace. He's just unable to find anywhere to make it stick. But Christoph Holtzel there on a very, very, very lonely E3. So he should be safe for the rest of the rest of the race, you would imagine, unless disaster strikes. Welcome back.
Thanks. Did you miss me?
I didn't even realize you were gone.
Oh, I love you too.
But yeah, it's looking like this fight with Millard's going to go right to the end.
Mullard. It's going to get Mullard. The Bentleys do it. The Bentleys honestly are ridiculous. I don't understand how they can ride curves the way they do and they survive everything. It is actually painful.
Catan?
Catan?
He's looking like he's about to, make the old switcheroo on top him.
We're going to top him, top him?
Yeah. He's had so much pace. He's just, after that big spin, he lost a lot. But he's looking like he can make this.
Oh, that was a tank slap.
See, this has been happening all race. His back end's just like so twitchy. Looks like he's had a curry.
Stinger in the ringer. Good morning / evening, Madison. What time is it for you? Like 5, 4 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m., something like that?
It's still bedtime by the sounds of it.
It's definitely not be awake and be alive time. Have you played ACC properly since the update? Well, ever, actually. But have you played the update at all?
Are you talking about to me or Madison?
Yeah, you.
I've not played the update, no. I only literally just downloaded the update right before the comms started. So, yeah, I got home late because traffic is a nightmare. God. That was a big cut.
How are you doing that?
That was a very big cut.
Are they able to do that all the time? Is that an actual thing?
He's not been doing it every lap, no. I think that was more a mistake that he then pulled out like a hero.
What she said. 7 a.m. That's not bad at all.
Yeah, that's fine. I'd already be worked by that point.
I mean, my first reaction wouldn't be, I'm going to put on Twitch. It'd be, I'm going to put the kettle on.
Yeah.
I am British.
Yeah. You are one of those.
Maybe one of those, can I just say? What the fuck?
Drinking weirdos.
McLaren's looking pacey around here since the update, as if it needed another decent track up its sleeve. Hey, you leave the McLaren alone, alright? It's innocent, it hasn't done anything to you. And look at it, it's beautiful.
I mean, if we're going to talk about a beautiful McLaren, I think Chris wins.
Chris?
Hmm?
Chris who?
Cooperus.
Cooperus. Oh. Said Chris, right? You definitely said Chris.
I did not at you. I'm just having a stroke. It's because of all the tea. It's rotted your brain.
You shut your damn mouth, boy. I agree with you. Cooperus is definitely more attractive. But Muller's is also nice. I also want to point out Hansen has dropped off pace. I mean, he's just getting 2/10 on Muller last lap. But look how far back he is. He's definitely struggling now.
He's lost something. But Dresy, just to answer your question there, the fastest lap is a 1:34.072. However, the top 3 are all within 200ths of each other. So the next best is Holzer on a 1:34.087, and then Mullard has the slowest time of the 3, but is in P1, has a 1:34.090. They're all very, very close and very tight, which is what we like to see.
No shots fired, just highlighting it's been noticed. It felt very much like shots fired. Direct attack on the heart, I'm not going to lie. I wonder if Lazelle's going to be able to get shots at any point. So in terms of so obviously you talked about the fastest laps that they've done, but in terms of the last laps that they've done, Mullard did a 34.057, but it was invalidated, which has not given him the new fastest lap. Hansen 34.5, so he's lost half a second on just the last lap alone. Christoph Holzer's on a 35.1, so he's dropping away very, very quickly now. Pace is starting to slacken off as they come to the end of the stint. That's the downside to the earlier stops, is that your tyres will drop off before anyone else's. But I think a podium.
Oh yeah, it's paid off for him.
I mean, where was he? P4, wasn't he?
P4,
yeah?
yep. And they managed to jump Kupras from the first pit stop. So yeah, he's... I mean, to be fair, by the look of the things anyway, I think he would have probably got Kupras anyway, just... And pace and consistency alone, he's definitely built up a substantial gap. So.
Certainly, agreed. Hansen back on the heels of Mullard, who looks like he's really struggling now. That turn one could definitely look better. I don't know if it's the pressure or mistakes. Oh my god, that was so close. My word, I thought that was death. But he's still up on the back of him. Mullard,
up in the crev.
Up in the crevice. Oh, is he going for... No, okay, thank God. It looked like he was going to just go for a cheeky send down the inside. I would have done it.
That would never work.
I would. It would. Work. What do you mean? Yes, it would. That's like the best place to do it.
I would never... He was too far back.
You don't have to carry the pace you normally do. You just have to make sure that there's a car width on the outside. So if he runs off the track because of how scared he is, that's on him. But as long as you leave the room on the outside, you're still laughing.
Yeah, but he was still miles back, so he was just giving himself a harder angle for the turn. He would never have actually been alongside.
I'm telling you now, it absolutely could have happened.
Never happened.
Yep.
You and your
what
Wonderland.
has happened to his car? Jaromila, that's not how a McLaren is meant to look, can I just point out. That is a big smash on the front end. The understeer. Ugh. Ugh. I don't want to look at it anymore. That's just him. I've got to look at it because Bosch's all up in his crevice, but it hurts to look at.
Yeah, I'm trying to see on my little tracker. I mean, it looks like he had contact with Catan.
Does Catan look damaged?
I'm just trying to see that. Catan,
No,
I mean,
it looks good.
Catan looks completely fine.
He is in a tank, so maybe
Yes.
maybe it's probably not fair to share. Oh, I'll tell you something. Hansen is showing himself all over Mullen's mirrors. Every single one of his mirrors is getting lit up here with this awful looking Porsche.
That's part of the, charm of it, because it's like, hey, look at this ugly thing. That's not a stain in your mirror, that's me.
Oh, he might actually get him here.
Yeah,
this is
he's
big.
done it, he's done
this
it,
is huge. The run is so good for Hansen, but he's not got the inside line. Mullen has covered that off, and I think this is going to be where it goes wrong. And he does go terribly wrong into the wall for the pair of them. They might be able to continue. I think Mullen thinks that's on him. I can't decide. I need to watch a replay. In fact, we can watch a quick replay of it, I think. We only caught a glimpse of it.
Yeah.
I'm only gonna say it before the stewards ever touch it. I'll say the stewards don't have we don't have any say what the stewards think or do. It's not on us at all. We're just speculating. However, I think that's on Mullard.
I will reserve judgment.
Point fingers, come on. Target him. Choke him out, go for the jugular.
I'm just gonna get this replay. I want to
you do it.
have a proper look.
You do it. I mean, whatever it was good to watch. Let's be honest. I mean, that's the thing with this track. You have to go for these, especially in these dying stages. And it's not like it's taken either the person out of the race.
Although, to be fair, they've managed to keep the exact same gap to Christoph Holzer, because they did cut the turn.
The chicane, yeah.
It's actually worked in their favour, kind of. But we'll see. We'll keep an eye. They might have damage, and that might allow Holzer in. How'd you do the free cam again?
Press F7 and then use your arrow keys, your cursor keys, and then use your mouse to like look around, and then use your scroll wheel to to scroll up to make the camera go faster, and scroll down to make it slow down. I think Mullard was the one who took more damage as well. He looked like he hit the wall a lot harder than Hansen did. Although looking at both their cars, neither of them look like they're really in any sort of pain from it. I think mentally, it's definitely messed with their heads, without a doubt. They're both going to be a bit shook up from that and feeling the pressure even more so than before. But I think Hansen looks like he's more affected by it than anybody, because he's definitely dropping pace here.
So Hansen definitely braked later, but Mullard was drifting to the side, like crossing into his line. So yeah, I would say overall.
No, Beamer, don't do it. Okay,
But yeah, if Mullard held his line, there was no crash there. So yeah, I have got to say, I think if anyone, Mullard is to blame.
Oh, there's traffic. Oh, we're going into far chase for this now. I'm sorry. Only purely because this traffic is going to play such a crucial role in these final minute. We're going to have one more lap, I think. Before the end of this
final
race.
lap, I think.
I don't know. I mean, it's only a minute 34 lap times, remember? I don't know where they were.
I think it came up saying that the leader was on the final lap. Definitely popped up on the screen.
I didn't see it. You might be right, you might be wrong. But either way, the blue flags can still play such a crucial role. He's already closed up on him. Aziz Omar's made a bit of a boo-boo as well up ahead of Mullard. And Mullard actually made a bit of a mistake through there, but so has Hansen. Don't get on that curb. Omar's trying to get out the way. He does not want to be involved in this fight whatsoever. He's off to the right. Oh my word, he almost came back on track and killed him, but it's okay. Everything's fine. We're all right. And I got all excited thinking we're going to see something. And it looks like nothing's going to happen. That's providing that we are on the final lap, which we might just
we'll find out shortly.
I think we are. Where's the line? I mean, he could lift. He could actually lift if he wanted to.
As I say, I think we're already on the final.
We're already at 0. There's white flag. There's checkered flag. Perfectly timed. Well done, Mullard. Hansen does get P2 and the fastest lap, so the points will still, tally up and be pretty close. But yeah, Mullard. Whew, what a fight. Well done.
Yeah, well done to these guys. Well done indeed.
Things you'd like to see. Just also with a nice P3 there as well. Kupris P4.
Donuts from Christoph Holzer. That's what we like to see. Even if he nearly put it in the wall as he's attempted it.
Donuts are definitely something that require talent that I clearly don't possess.
Oh, I'm going to tell Christoph you said that.
They do require talent. I wasn't being sarcastic. They do.
I know, but like the way I was like, it looks like he messed it up, and you were like, yeah, they require talent.
Oh, wow. I didn't say it like that. You said it like that. I didn't say it like that at all. Boscha, is he going to go for it? Oh, okay. He was close, but didn't get him. Yaramila having understeer for days. Boscha can't capitalize, and Yaramila will take it.
Boscha, like, Yaramila could let him go, and it wouldn't matter. Boscha's got a 10-second penalty, so.
Schultz P10 when he comes to the line. There's a nice look. Ooh. Nice looking Lambo, that. Push the Lexus across the line. And then...
That sounds like that should be a song.
Push the Lexus across
like
the line.
the lime and the coconut type of thing.
Push the Lexus across the line and do it all again. I don't like it. Rubbish. Good song. But can you do it with a controller, Ben? I mean, it's easier with a controller, right?
I mean...
What did
I
he
would
say?
say
GG
it's
Muller, that was
pretty
what?
similar, both.
Green light. Go, go, go.
No, it wasn't. What's he mean?
What's what?
I'm reading Hansen's message. It said, GG Muller, that was me. Haha. I don't think it was at all. But anyway, let the stewards decide. Now it's the pro time. Pros.
Operator.
I do need to BRB though, again, real quick. So,
This is the part of the episode where Ragger goes off to take a pee.
yes, because I've got all-man bladder. Okay.
Old man bladder,
You have to
just
bear with me.
old man bladder.
I mean, my
Yes.
bladder's not that bad. It's just not that good. Okay.
It's the
And
rest
that...
of you that's the problem.
All right. Okay. Thanks, mate. I love you too. All right. BRB.
Enjoy as we jump on in to the pros and have a little look see. Right now it's still free practice, but they will be heading to a qualifying time shortly, I believe, in 7 minutes. So, yep, the qualifying will start about 7 minutes, and these drivers and potentially a couple of others. I don't know who all is in the pro split, but we will find out together, guys. We'll find out if anyone else joins. But right now, 12 drivers, of which several are absolute units. But we've got my favourite in here, Nick Taylor. Just, he's so good, you know? So good, and like it blows my mind that you could be that good at anything at that young an age. Like, I wasn't good at anything until I was 32, and guys, just to let you know, I'm still only 30, so I'm giving myself 2 years to find a talent. Yeah, he's just so talented, so calm, collected, and it's nice to see. And we'll get to see if you know, the rest of these guys are able to take the fight to him. What I am looking to see though is Jonas Hakala, who is a very quick driver, very consistent driver. If he can land himself a podium today, because he's got the pace, and I know he's been putting in some practice earlier today, so hopefully he's got the car in the place that he wants it to be. And you know, he was driving a 24-hour race at the weekend, so he's definitely had a lot of practice in the version 8 update in this Ferrari. So obviously a different track, that was at Spa, but he should have had plenty of time in the car getting used to the new dynamics of it. And yeah, I think he's on a good shout for a podium today. But we'll wait until Ben gets back before we give the full predictions, the full rundown. And let's see what else we've got. I know someone was in the chat complaining about the lack of Ferraris in the last split. Don't worry, we have Ferraris now. Although only one of them's out on track. And, we've got a couple of McLarens. So we'll see if these guys and the pros are able to do just as well in the McLaren. As we say, McLaren seems to have gotten a little bit of a buff, but everyone else seems to have been nerfed. So yeah, the McLaren guys are probably sitting pretty, looking excited to get out there on track and showcase their newfound pace and talent and skill. But Povolitis will be in the Porsche, which we've seen Vining as well, actually, in the Porsche, which we've seen do pretty well in the last race. So yeah, we'll see who comes out on top overall, McLaren or the Porsche. And the Ferraris, as I say, I'm looking forward to see what they can do. But Taylor in that Aston is probably going to be untouchable. Just so good. So good. Looking at Michael's as well. His Aston looks very nice. It's got a little bit golden red to it. A little green LED at the front. Looks very nice. Chat, tell me, what is your favourite car in ACC? Because we've got some beautiful cars, but certainly seen some interesting liveries for some of them that yeah, are kind of questionable. But I mean, I still think the WA car is the best car I've ever seen in my life. So we need to compete with that level of awesome. And as long as Raggy's not here, there's no one to disagree with me about how good the Waka is. Just perfection. Perfection in ACC form. We're getting some times across the board now, so Michaels has managed to put in a time 1:34.3, which is alright, not too bad. But we will see if the rest of these guys start crossing the line. anyone can go a little bit quicker. Just checking if anyone is on particular hot lap. Bauer looks like he's on a good one. I'm sorry, Chris, you're not allowed to disagree with me because you should be driving. So, yep, you're not allowed to disagree while you've got your hands on the wheel. A 1:33.8 from Bauer, pretty decent lap. As I say, this is just free practice. This is not the qualifying, so none of these times are going to count. But it's good to speculate. And Bauer's actually already 2/10 up on his previous lap, so he's definitely got pace in that car. And we'll see if he's able to extract the same amount of pace in the qualifying when that starts in roughly 2 minutes. Jonas Hakala is out there on a timed lap right now. Not lighting the world up, but at least he's going and driving, and he's just tapped the grass, so that is now invalid. And maybe on purpose, just so he's not actually posting the times that he's doing, but sounds like Mr. Ragster has not just went for a pedal, but for he's dropping the kids off. So he may be gone for longer than anticipated. Qualifying starting in 1 minute. Oh, hello.
Hello there. Apologies for the delay. I had to BRB because, you know, all bladder.
Dropping the kids off.
Dropping the kids off at the pool.
Yep.
Have you talked about who's going to be good here or not?
I mean, I have, but I've not given a 1, 2, 3 because I was waiting on you for that. I mean, Taylor, obviously. But then I think it's going to be Yonke and then Pierce.
I completely forgot about Taylor until that exact moment when you said. That's like.
Yeah. I mean, the hope is he's not actually played at all on the new version, and he might not like the balance of the car. But if he does, I mean, that's what I'm saying. That would be the hope. That would be the only hope for the rest of them.
The dude's a GT4 driver. What makes you think he's not practiced?
He might be busy doing actual GT4 shit.
Green light. Go, go, go.
Yeah, but I guarantee you he's practiced. Max Verstappen has time of practice. What makes you think he's... As in for esports events. Plus, some people are just naturally gifted.
Yes. I definitely has a ton of that. I was saying...
Dude, he's barely legal, mate. He can't be on his chode like this. Come on.
Oh my lord. I was saying...
Oh my word.
Like, he's supremely talented. And, like, at 16, it was like, at 16, I was never this good at anything at 16. I wasn't this good at things until I was 32. And I was like, and I'm only 30 right now. I'm giving myself 2-year buffer to try and get something
to get good.
Get talent. Right.
Should we do a hot lap with someone?
Go for it. Who do you want? Who do you want on?
I mean, I think if we don't go with your P1 prediction, are we really talking about anybody else, really? For me, it's either Nicholas Taylor, which is for you, or Jonas Hakala for me, because he's my boy.
Yeah. I mean, I think Mr. Hakala is going to be getting P2. So yeah, we could jump on board with Jonas. However, he is a lot further back than Taylor.
Yeah, we'll go with Taylor. We'll go with Taylor. For you, just because.
To you.
All right, here we go then into the final corner. So. This is how you do it, people. I'm going to tell you how I do it, and he's going to show me how I'm doing it wrong. So, come up onto the home straight here. It's a bit of a bumpy one, although in the Aston it shouldn't be a problem. Look for the fence on the left-hand side just after it starts. You want to brake down to gear 3, turn in, and then accelerate on the apex, get the momentum out. You can use the exit curve, but don't go too far off because you will find yourself dead and buried. Go over to the left, cut into the right, just before the Pirelli board on the right, brake down to gear 3, carry momentum through, and accelerate on the apex. Now, nice and smooth. Otherwise you end up in the grass and you will die. Here, look for the curbing starting on the right. Lift, carry momentum, power on when you know you're not going to go off into the wall. Look for the orange marker on the left, brake down to gear 2, carry it through. He's going to gear 1, which is suicide. I guess he has to, in an Aston. Accelerate through here. Look for the pole on the right hand side. If that's not there, look for the dirt. Brake, down to gear 2. Brake again, just a little dab. Don't even go gear 1. Oh, I guess he does in an Aston. Power out and then look on the left-hand side. Look for the board with a single red line. You want it just before it if you've got crap brakes like the McLaren has. Down to gear 1 and then shift up, short shift to gear 2 through here. Look for the red marker on the right and then use that as the turn in. You can cut the curb on the inside. Don't touch the curb on the exit because it will carry you off the track and throw you in the wall. Come over to the right hand side here. Turn in when you get to the white sign. And then you want to look to just before the sundial sign on the right. Turn in, down to gear 3 obviously. And then power on the apex. And push all the way through. Coming up to the final corner, there's a left on the sign. Sign on the left just before it. Brake down to gear 2. Carry momentum round the corner. Lay acceleration here because you don't want to run off the track and invalidate your lap. And then power through onto the home straight to put in a nice 32.8. Oh, near enough. That is insane lap times, by the way. A 32.8 is like god tier.
Yeah, that's like a full second faster than what Bauer done in the free practice, and he put in a pretty decent time.
Yep.
That's mad.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone else is over a second behind. That's like
good time.
That's
good time. Mad. Brophy will be the one I reckon that gets close.
Brophy's already a 1.5 behind.
Yeah. It's a warm up lap. All right, leave him alone. Good morning, Philippa. Hope you're well. Go Bauer Rangers. That's a great name, actually.
That is pretty fantastic.
And he's only 16. What a young god. All right, Topham.
No.
But you start. I've got enough of Badger doing it. I don't need you doing it as well. And Robin's in the chat. Oh, he's a GB4 F4 and he's been doing real sim work. I'm only talking you like so much for the update on settling Taylor. Yeah, I know, right? Straight put that in the bin. I was just wondering whether or not Taylor's actually had time to practice and get good. He's a busy boy, you know. Shoves in a lap time that's a second and a bit faster than anyone else on the track. Yep. Nailed that one.
Yeah, he's not practiced either.
Yeah, whatever. He has definitely practiced.
Yeah, that's...
There's no way you take an aggressive setup Aston Martin onto this track and then go 32.795. Can you tug something else? I'm sure he would like to try.
No children.
I'll just tug Jonas all day long. I don't mind.
I mean, don't we always? We need it to build up his motivation for the race.
Is he feeling unmotivated?
No. We just do it just extra pants.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, I'm with you on that. You need 2 arms for him, though, don't you?
I mean, 2 arms and a bit of the mouth as well.
Massive gob.
Hi.
Good evening, Moritz. How you doing? He did a 32.9 in practice. Only a god can go faster for quali. Some people are just naturally gifted, and it hurts. Oh, somebody's closer. Povolitis, 7/10.
I would say he's definitely naturally gifted, but that is also like supreme amount of practice and refining your talent. Like the thing I always go back to is hard work beats talent if talent doesn't work hard.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you still need to put the hours in. You still need to put in the work, and yeah, you might have an insane natural ability, but you need to harness it.
I have a question for you. Can you remember what you were doing at 16?
Yes, it wasn't exciting.
I look back at my 16-year-old self and go, if this guy's 16 and he's doing stuff like this, what did I do with my life when I was 16 years old? I did.
You know what?
I was getting smashed on the regular, hanging out at parties with people I shouldn't be hanging out with. Definitely. He's gone faster. What the actual crap is this? How? I was like 9/10. We were on 7/10 a second ago. How was that 9/10? And I've just seen 32.655.
Yeah.
Can we just delete him from the ring? Can we slash ban him? Have we got powers? do we have admin powers?
Power.
All right.
But yeah. I mean, the one thing I will say is, like, when I was 16, I was actually looking after all the people like you who were going out and getting absolutely drunk. Because I didn't drink until I was 24.
What?
Yeah.
What were you doing in the age of 16?
I was looking after all my drunk pals.
Oh.
I was also just being fucking hilarious.
One of them.
Like, literally everyone fucking loved me. Like, like people who I've met like 30 seconds previously. Oh, like everyone hates me now.
That's not true.
Like, That old cunt still getting kicking about here, watching us, like, you know, just playing in the park, getting drunk. You're like, what a bastard. I'm like, oh yeah, that's me now. I'm the old guy that just walks up to places.
Philip was
Reminiscing
wasting
about my
time
youth.
on CS and Overwatch. I'm that old. Overwatch wasn't even around when I was 16. CS was, but it was 1.6. Actually, was CS out when I was 16?
I mean,
Counter-Strike 1.6 release date.
I think it was, yeah.
It came out in 2000, so yes, it did. I was 10 when that came out. That is mental. That game has been out for such a long time.
Yep.
I mean, even CS:GO was released like quite a long time ago.
Hi.
2012. Wow, we're nearly a full decade of CS:GO, and it's still crap. Remember when CS:GO tried to make their own, what do you call it? Battle Royale?
No.
It was awful. Now time to go do those times in the Ferrari. True. Ferrari got
But what would you do, though,
beaten.
if he did put those times on a Ferrari?
Oh, Ben, you're so young. How old are you? How old are you, Kaki? You notice how Tiger Racing's keeping really quiet.
Is Tiger Racing actually even here?
I wouldn't be surprised. He usually watches our commentaries. Although he's probably practicing for the endurance race this weekend. Don't forget to click the like button. Did you click it? I clicked already. I was number 1 today.
I mean, I thought I clicked it, but I've not. I can't see it on one of my screens right now because I've got lots of other shit up. So I will check at the end.
So,
but yes,
I guess the question should be, who's getting P2 today?
Jonas Hakola.
Or from P10? You think he's going to get a miracle or something?
Yep, he's going to do it.
Hey, he needs 8 tenths just to get to Chris Vining.
Yep, he's going to do it.
Nicholas Taylor, I'm a young god. Ban him. /ban Nicholas Taylor.
I mean, I don't know. We were saying you were a god before, you know, you had 2 people who were in the same second as you, and now it's just embarrassing.
Yeah, you need to sort yourself out, mate. You should be in the 31s. Let's just say. I've also just realised... Oh, that's a wall there, Chris. You don't meant to hit them. I've also just realised this is slowed down version of Alton Park as well because of update. It's like I don't know the exact amount of time. Oh, never mind. My happy feelings have come back. Look at it. Yes, it's so cute. Look at it.
I was so confused there, but yeah, there we go.
Oh, happy feelings. Go get some hearts. You know, I want some hearts in the chat. I'm gonna do it myself. I'm gonna add some. Look at him. Hearts for Bauer because he's happy Honda.
The happy Honda.
Have you ever seen a Honda be so happy? He's just like, I'm at Alton Park and I'm enjoying life in P2. Yeah,
I'm just loving the vibrations coming up through my crev.
Look at it. He's so cheeky. The only thing it's missing is a flash of lights from Bauer. But apparently he doesn't watch your streams whilst he's racing. Weird, isn't it?
Unbelievable behaviour. Now you're missing out on the fantastic new phrase we've got for you. Or Kaki's got for you.
What? Oh, Bauer Rangers. The Go Bauer Rangers.
Yeah.
Atom is just a tad shy of 40. You're such an old man. But you're Finnish, right? So isn't like being nearly 40 the same as like almost approaching 20 in Finland?
Almost approaching 20. Oh, those were the days.
Also,
I can't even remember my 20s.
Do you even have children, Atom? Because if you don't, I've aged way faster than you, let me tell you. Anybody who has children will tell you, you age so much faster if you have kids. I have an uncle. I call him an uncle. He's a friend of the family. He's like, I think he's in his mid-60s.
The neighbourhood priest.
Yeah, weirdly, isn't it? How I kept going to church and we kept disappearing. Anyway, he's like his early 60s and he looks younger than me because he has no kids and he just lives
living the dream.
and he's single. He literally lives. He's been single the entire time I've known him. And I've obviously known him since I was like born even. I think he was actually involved in my family before I was even born. It's mental.
And
no one is improving. So this is your calling. This is it done. Let's Taylor pole, unsurprisingly. But Bauer got really close. 6/10. You have
that's
3
a great
kids. You could say I'm finished. Oh.
I enjoyed that
damn.
one. I enjoyed that one. You can tell that he's got kids because that was the best dad joke.
Yeah. Thing is, he kicked himself so hard with laughter from that. I guarantee you.
Yep.
That tickled him way harder than
slapping the thigh, you know.
Yeah. Leaning back in his chair. Oh, living life. Yeah. What's going on, Yonti? You washed. Washed. I'm a young buck, I'll have you know. My children invigorate me. Send out. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I saw your post on Facebook earlier today, or yesterday, Stefan, should I say. Also, the thing that we're not going to talk about, but I'm just going to very quickly say, I hope it went well today, and wishing you the best of luck.
Yes. Well, I don't know if you saw the chat, but it did go well.
I didn't. I've just tabbed back into Discord now, and
Yes,
11
went
notifications, I think.
Yeah.
Is it in the general?
No, the admin. But,
are you sure about that?
Yes, scroll up.
Oh, let's go. Yes, sir. Oh, I don't like the what he gets to now touch. That's concerning.
Yes.
Take that out of context.
Yeah.
That is huge news, dude. I'm really pleased for you. Congratulations, mate.
Huge news on the things you get to touch.
Yeah, don't fly planes for a while. I have to learn first. I'm really pleased for you, mate. That is awesome news. Congratulations, dude. I'll let you share the news as and when you feel fit, but congrats. That's pog as fuck, dude. Does that mean you get to live a normal life now? No way. All right, anyway.
He's still got us lot, so no.
Happy Honda. All good time. Oh my god, look at the state of that Jag. Oh, look at it. Was it the Jag that I said looked like? Oh, no, it was the Bentley, wasn't it? The Bentley I said looked like. The Jag looks like a gormless fish. I remember now. It looks like a carp. That's what it looks like. As it's driving around, it just looks like a really gormless carp. Just moping out. It's like a really high. It's been hotboxing for a good couple of days. Just monged out fish moping around the track the whole time. And then we haven't even got one here today. There's no pro Bentleys. Just saying. There's a reason there's no pro Bentleys, because it's a POS car. And you got a nice the Aston, I would say, is probably one of the most attractive cars in the GT3. Has he got damage already? Has Nicholas Taylor got damage already?
Lol. Not that it's going to matter.
I've gone back 30 seconds and his car looks clear here. What have you done, Nicholas? What have you done?
Ride into the back of the safety car?
I don't think you can. Oh.
Texting while driving.
Let me just copy paste the sentence from Robbins earlier. A GB4/F4 driver. Oh dear. Oh no.
Don't text and drive, kids. Don't text and drive.
Oh dear. That's not what you do.
Probably not going to make a difference, but
yeah, whatever. Look at the state of the front of his car. He's going to have understeer for days.
I stand by it. It's not going to make a difference. He's winning this race.
Look at the happy Honda go. He's off. See ya.
No,
Everyone else is backed up, like, because Nicholas is back here and he's just unhappy. He wanted to give himself a handicap. Oh, he's definitely done that, let me tell you. Is he
He's going to the back.
God, is he being one of those? No, don't do that. Don't do that. There's being quick.
Oh no, he's going back to the front now.
Good. As a zoomer, he can surely text and drive. Do you remember the days, before we get through the final corner, do you remember the days when you used to be able to text without looking because you had the buttons, and now you've got touch
I
screens?
can still text without looking.
Bullshit.
No, I can.
What, 100% accurately?
Yes.
Okay, we'll test that later. Because we're going through the final corner. Helicam time. I think Bauer wins this, because he's got a faster acceleration car, right? But he's got the outside line, so maybe he doesn't. I don't know. Plus Nicholas
I mean, I
Taylor's
think
an
Taylor
animal.
wins it because Taylor's an animal.
Shut up. Come on then, green light. Give us the good that we need to see. And we're away. Okay, good. Bauer's got a good start. He's actually going to be edging, but I don't think he's going to get round him in time. He's had to back out. That's smart from him. So immediately we are going to see Bauer fall back. Chris Vining's having issues. He's also got Brophy all up in his crevice as well. Brophy's going to try and go around the outside of Vining. It's going to have to be the outside again through turn 3. Keep it clean, lads, and they have done. Vining back up ahead into P3 once more. We're not going to see Michaels. We are going to see Michaels going for a run on him here. He might even go for it. You've also got another nice Silver, looking to try and get past Brophy once more.
Yep, Silver's definitely feeling feisty. Trying to go round the outside here, but he might end up losing a position to Michaels because he was just out a little bit wide and he's now on the grass.
Yeah. Don't do that, Silver. We don't want to see that. We don't want to see none of that grass. Not this early on. Come on. We thought you were better than that. Safety car in the pits, because, I mean, can't drive. Check my head. 15 seconds damage, by the way. Ooh.
It's fine, he'll get that repaired and still win the race.
No, he won't. It's not
He will.
happening. The happy Honda's got this.
Really now? Really?
Yeah.
Do you want to have a look at that gap?
Yeah, I won't worry about it. I was just letting him run off because he knows he's got damage. Like, oh, look at him go. Bless him.
Look at the poor wee bear and his damage.
Poor wee bear.
Poor wee bear?
What did you say, Ben? Did you say Ben?
Bairn. Bairn.
As in child. Oh,
yes.
Pulveritis?
Oh, what?
What are you doing?
Is this?
Is this a
Oh, wait,
call?
what?
What is going on?
What?
Why is everybody doing?
Is this big brain? No big brain.
There's
What?
no way. Also, rain light on? You okay? Oh, that'd be pit lane light, right? Is that pit lane light? Is that Porsche thing? I think that's a Porsche thing.
See what you're looking at.
He had a red light flashing on the back of his car, which I believe is the rain light, but it was flashing, which may actually just be the safety car light. Not safety car light, it's pit lane light. Pit speed light. There you go. That one.
There's words.
15 seconds
There's a
in an
sentence
Aston is
amongst all
nothing.
those words.
Makes the car better, some say. Two people did this last night and it worked? No way. Alright, so Barnett, Pierce, and Purvolitis have all boxed immediately. Literally, end of lap 1, the box got one of their stops out of the way, and now they're going to be able to just push. Which is, I guess, a good thing. I mean,
not if you're Barnett.
Why? Oh.
Because he's just been speeding in the pit lane.
For the love of Jesus, Barnett. Sort your life out, mate. Chris Vining, P3. Chasing down the Happy Honda, but he's got a fair bit of a gap. We've also got Brophy, who is pretty close. Nice little Porsche battle. And I would actually go so far as to say, in terms of consistency, Brophy is the more consistent one, but only just. I've seen Brophy make a lot of mistakes in the time, but I've seen Chris make more.
Yeah. But, you know, and the reason that Chris is going to lose out to Brophy is literally just because he doesn't like the Waka.
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 Are you serious, Nicholas? Come on, man.
Yep. Serious.
Last lap. 33.6.
Yep.
I think that was better than all of Pro-Am's quali, right? I think anyone in quali got 33.6.
Yes, it was.
And he's got 15-second damage. I hate this guy. I really don't like him.
It's
I want you to know,
your hate
Nicholas
fuels
Taylor.
my love for him.
I want you to know, Nicholas, this is personal. I hate you. Totally jealousy, alright? Nothing more. I've never said... I'm only pulling his leg. I mean, I'm jealous of him, obviously. But, you know, it is what it is.
Utterly fuels me so it does.
If he actually repairs it, I actually want him to repair his car so he has to overtake people, and I would love to see how you would overtake people on this track. Well, we might actually see one here because Silver, what is he going like that for? Come on. He's all up in his crevice here. This
Definitely got the run.
Does favour Bruffy. Put on the car option. But... yeah. Bruffy is fresh out of a mistake from Chris Vining, so... I think when the pace kicks in again, he should be able to pull that gap once more. And then you can see a Jonas Hackler in the background, just cruising.
Looks like Joseph has ordered his car up and coming into the pits. Maybe for repairs and for taking that early pit stop option.
Oh, look how broken his car is.
It's a little buggered.
Oh, that's a bit burned, isn't it? Come on, camera, catch it. There we go. Oh, that's deep. Silver's made a boo-boo. In goes Michaels. Through goes Michaels. That was about as easy as you could possibly make it. Unfortunately for Silver.
Through Michaels.
Philippa, you'll be able to answer this. Is it a natural racing line to cut that curb in the chicken unless you're in a McLaren?
Yes.
It looks abnormal to me.
A lot of people are attacking it very hard.
I've not seen anyone do it so far in this one, apart from that Bentley we saw in the last race do it. But it looks like if you're in a certain type of car that is a curb muncher, you can actually just hard send it over that chicane. Which I think is ridiculously overpowered, in my opinion. So surely Bentley would be OP here, right? Right?
Potentially.
I was jumping that curb. Even in the McLaren? You're insane!
Ooh.
I hit that curb twice during my race and almost died both times.
No.
Physically and emotionally.
Wait. Check the fastest lap.
I don't want to look. Oh, I do want to look. Bauer! You beast! 33.3 for Bauer. He has taken it. A 33.490 for Nicholas Taylor. Getting the bin. You're a tenth and almost 2/10 slower. Simon Bauer in the happy Honda. That looks like a happy boy to me. Happy boy.
Yep. I still want him to take that 15-second penalty to see what the score is. But
well, repair, you mean, not penalty.
Yeah.
I mean, he's penalising himself technically, but yeah. Oh. So, are you meant to? Is the curb like? How are you meant to attack that curb? Because every time I hit it, I almost died. Are you meant to just put your wheels on it, or are you meant to have it like go under the middle of your car? I don't remember how I hit it, but I just remember hitting it both times. Oh, there go the tires. It's like Hungaro Ring, where if you cut the curb more, the car bounces less. That's ridiculous. Like Zolder as well, like that kind of style curb. Because that chicken at Zolder is horrific, in my opinion. I don't think I set my wheel rates correctly for curb munching in the McLaren, I'll be honest with you. I don't know if you tried that setup I sent you, Philippa, but it was decent. Don't get me wrong, like in the race it was pretty good. And I was doing decent lap times with it, but yeah, it was less than pleasant when it hit that curb. I really struggled with turn 1 on this track. I just could not get it right. I kept running wide, kept running deep, just kept making mistakes. It was a big sedge. Oh, we have Ogden. Octane giving it a go. I need to have a jumper off, boiling.
So take off all your clothes. He's taking his clothes off.
We're in a Sonic the Hedgehog t-shirt because I'm
baby.
that OG.
Oh, I thought I was wearing my Sonic t-shirt as well, but unfortunately I'm not.
I have 3 Sonic t-shirts. I love them all a lot.
I think I've just got the one, unfortunately. Just the one. Just the one. And Bauer, unfortunately, looks like that was just a moment of genius and can't continue the pace that he had.
All right.
Beautiful lap.
3-3-3-0. Oh, wait, what? Oh,
Bauer's,
3-5-0. Okay, I mean, you know what really upsets me though is he's got 15 seconds of damage. He's got a 4.3 second lead. He's got a fastest lap that's only half a tenth behind Bowers. Just, ugh. Stop being so good, all right?
Yeah.
And stop being so young. Whilst you're at it.
Yeah, get old.
Grow up. Literally grow up. Oh, has that been a boo-boo from Bauer? Chris Vining's found pace.
A boo-boo from Bauer? He's definitely invalidated this lap, so I will say yes.
An oof. Credit to Kunos, by the way. This update, yeah, it did require a fair few hotfixes, which they also delivered very quickly. The DLSS update makes this game so pretty. Aston, Bentley, and Porsche are so stupid in the middle sector here. Do you mean like stupidly overpowered or what? I assume so, right? Because Bentley and Porsche are OP on this track. What is like the most OP car on this track? I mean, I imagine it's only minorly OP because surely it's between the Porsche and the Bentley, but it's got to be there's got to be one ring to rule them all, you know?
I mean, I don't think an Audi would be great.
No, God no.
So then it's not a ring to rule them all.
That's true. It could be the Merc. Huh? 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 Oh! Chris. Code Brown. New boxes needed. Bentley now? Alright. I would have thought Bentley just because of the curb munching. But another Porsche is like a really good high downforce track car. As long as it doesn't have any long straights, which is, this is perfect for it. IMO.
I am Iron Man.
So do you reckon we're going to see a send from Chris Vining? If so, where?
No. I think he's going to do the undercut.
How about the new BMW? We don't talk about that hideous car. Can I just say, I like the look of the BMW. I like the idea, the handling style of the BMW. I hate, and this is the reason why I will not drive that car. I hate the engine noise of that car. It is so dull. It is so dull. Both BMWs sound awful. And oh God, Chris, come on, man, soy out.
So yeah.
I want to actually talk about each driver and like the moment, the most momentous thing that sticks out to you for each one of these drivers.
Okay.
Right? Because I was just thinking of a certain driver, which I'm sure you're going to say the same thing for me. The same thing for you is what I've got. So, what's Nicholas Taylor's most momentous thing to you this season? Or ever, not just this season, ever. What's the one thing for that person that sticks out for you?
Like how consistent he can be at such a young age. Like,
I meant a single moment as well, man.
All right,
a singular
okay.
Moment.
Probably the very first race where we were like, we've heard he's fast, but we don't know how fast he is, and then he's just like blitzed
this fast
everyone. They're like, okay, yeah, he's fast. He's very fast.
Okay.
Yeah, so that first race, just seeing just how talented he is.
The momentous occasion, I can't remember what track it was the one where, for me with Nicholas, where he was doing really well, made a boo-boo, and then recovered. I think it was Zolder. He recovered, did really, really well, did another boo-boo, recovered, and then finished like P2 or something silly like that.
Yeah.
That one.
And it was after I'm sure we'd said as well that if he could get to P4, that would have been fantastic. And he ended up coming P2.
Yeah.
And it was like, alright, okay, cool.
Yeah, fair play. This guy knows what he's doing. Apart from the boobies he made. Other than that. Bauer. I think we're both going to say the same one for this one, right?
What's your one?
The Bathurst, where he dominated the whole race, was like 45 seconds ahead of everybody, and then binned it.
That wasn't this season, though.
No, I said ever.
Oh, right. Oh, okay.
I did
But
say
yes.
season initially, but then I then retracted
Yes.
and went ever.
I will 100% say that is correct. Yep. Bauer, he had it all, and
I threw it away.
literally, well, like, the thing is, he made, like, one slight mistake, but it was like, he's got such a big gap, it's not going to matter. And then he made a huge mistake, and I was like, oh, crap.
Yeah, his car was done.
Yeah.
Although I will say, this season has actually slowly made me change it to Happy Honda. It's still Bathurst, but Happy Honda is slowly becoming the most momentous thing between me and Bauer. Vinen?
The fact that he doesn't like the Waka.
No, but I mean, I'm with him on
blows
that.
my
'Cause
mind.
it is
No,
awful.
but it just blows my mind.
Yeah, but I'm with him.
Blows my mind.
It's just sickening to look at.
Oh,
I'm glad it's gone. I'm glad it's gone.
Dare you.
And then they replace it with the awful
Bang!
Jag.
And the dirt is gone.
I mean, the Jag, it's just so gormless. Just sat there moping the whole time. Do you know what I mean? Oh, what's happening? Oh,
Bauer's in.
Bauer. Even the back of the Honda looks cute. Look at it. It's pulling like the... Look in the chat. It's pulling this face. Look. It's pulling that face on the back of it. If you look at it with the lights. Let me go and show you. Just real quick. Look at it. It's so cute. I actually take it back. It's not pulling that face. It's pulling this face. Oh. Yeah, that one. It's pulling that emoji. Whoops. Look at it.
Yeah.
Anyway, as we were.
As we were.
Ogden. Tell me I'm wrong, by the way, chat. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me it doesn't look like that.
Yes. Tell
It's
him,
a
please,
happy.
chat.
It's just. Shut up. It's just the meme car. It's beautiful. They should make that the safety car.
I mean, I think the whole point is that they picked the safety car to not be anything that's like the other cars are.
Oh yeah, but there's a Jag that you could drive if you wanted to. Just no one chose to drive it.
So that's why they got the safety car as a Jag. There's no one driving it.
But what if someone did then choose to?
Well, then that someone's going in the bin.
All right, on me. This little fight here. I know the banner's got a penalty. It's not going to mean anything. Oh, it looked like he took off then. It might not necessarily mean anything physically after the penalty is applied, but Barnett's still pushing. He's still trying to attack Ogden.
Yep.
And I'll also sort of need to eat my words for Jonas Hackler. Granted, the guys behind him have all boxed. But he's, it's at P6 at the minute. I think overall he's P7, I believe. No, it can't be.
No, it can't be. No.
Also, Povolitis has actually jumped Bauer. I've just noticed. He's actually ahead of him physically on the track and net as well.
Yeah. But remember, he did come in quite early. So, tires probably are not doing good. He is... Although, to be fair, his last lap wasn't bad. So, like, it was still a 33.7. So, yeah. Maybe he's still got pace in the car.
Yeah. Is Taylor even going to fix his damage? I think Robin should tell him to fix his damage.
Yes, I think so.
I think he has to, just as a nerf.
And then still win the race by 20 seconds. But yeah, Taylor's just looking like he's out for a Sunday drive right now, just enjoying himself.
I'll drive Jag next season if they allow that. Probably they won't. I don't see why they wouldn't, right? Wait, you actually driving next season, Kaki? Do we get
Right,
to
you just realised he gets to take you out.
Do we get to relive the rookie season? You know what? I actually feel like I'm getting a bit emotional. Just thinking like back to the rookie season. Granted, it was not that long ago. He ain't fixing Robbins. Have a word, mate. Have a word.
Get on that 15-second penalty.
Yeah, he needs a nerf. He's still gonna win anyway. He may as well at least make it entertaining for us. As in his race win entertaining. Not that the race is boring, because it isn't. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Shut up, chat.
Yeah, chat. How dare you? Pick up
Anyway.
Raggy on his nonsense.
Pit stop's kicking in. Chris Vining's in. David Michaels in. Jonas Hackler in. We're going to see some movement.
Movement. Yeah,
It's
definitely
all,
want to see some movement.
Oh, good signs.
Yeah, so Brophy hasn't pitted yet. 12.5 seconds behind Taylor, who also hasn't pitted. But yeah, I think Taylor was just waiting for the top runners to come in, and so now he'll come in and serve his 15-second repair time penalty. Fingers crossed. Robbins.
Yes, do it. Do it
Robbins,
now.
if it doesn't repair, you know, it's on you.
Can we get the
will
stewards
make
to
it
give
feel
him a 15-second penalty?
I mean, sure. Only if we can force that, but also force repair the car so it doesn't take any time.
He's in.
Then-
He's in. Please. Please repair the car. Please. I just want to see. I want to see him overtake. Because the thing is, right? He reminds me of Vettel. In the, do you remember when Vettel was in Red Bull and he
Yes.
would always start on pole and he would then go on to win the race? But if you started
And
anywhere other
everyone
than pole,
said they
he
couldn't
would
race.
always say, yeah. But he
Well,
if he,
that's not
that
fair.
is true. It is absolutely
No.
fair. Yes.
It is not fair.
Why isn't
That
it?
is not fair. Because a lot of the times when Vettel had to drive through the pack, Martin Brundle would be saying in commentary, and they say this kid can't race.
But he
Because
can't.
he could. He could get through the pack, but he could only get through the pack while he had that rear end that was planted as fuck. He struggles to do it more now because the rear end's much more loose. But he was totally fine to do it, and he's not taking the 15 seconds.
But
So,
Robbins has just said he'll
bonus
do it next up.
Okay.
I believe when I
Good.
see it. Liar.
Yeah. We wanted to give you 40 minutes to, you know, have the full power of the car to use. No.
Yeah. I will say this. Right? I used to hate Vettel back in the day, right? And I love Vettel now, and I have done for at least a few years. In his Red Bull days, he couldn't race. I will say that.
That's just not true.
It's just true. Send me a clip.
It's not true.
Send me.
I will send you clips. I will. After this race is done, I will send you clips of Vettel racing through the pack in that Red Bull.
He just
but-
couldn't do it.
He could do it. He absolutely could do it. He's totally fine to race wheel to wheel. It's since they got rid of the double diffuser and the the back of the car was no longer as stable. That's when Vettel struggled. But if you want to see a fantastic thing of Vettel being a proper wheel to wheel racer, that is fantastic. Before he was even in the Red Bull, go back to 2006 Turkey GP2 race. He is phenomenal in that. Lewis is coming through the pack, like literally going like 3-4 seconds a lap faster than everyone else in the pack. And then he catches up to Vettel, and then it's literally like 3 laps of them just going side by side, corner by corner by corner, fighting every corner. It is incredible to watch.
Current day Vettel is a fantastic human. I completely agree.
Yes.
I will say at the same time, when he was driving for Red Bull, I hated
was an
Vettel.
arse.
He was a dick, wasn't he? He was a proper
Yeah.
knob. And
Yeah.
I don't know if he was
that
just
whole
a...
multi-21 thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But at the same time, Schumacher was his hero, so it's the type of thing that Schumacher
Yeah.
would have done. So it's like, yeah, okay. Like,
But it's like ages like sorted him out. Oh, someone's off. Who's that?
See-
See, behind the one car. 462? No, that was a
one looks
113.
off.
Is that Bauer? I think Bauer just had a boo-boo. Let's have a quick look. Go back 20 seconds. Oh, yeah, he did.
Oh, yeah.
My.
Oh, that's more than a boo-boo.
Keep it at the wall. He kept it at the wall.
oh,
That's a line and a half, that, mate.
yeah. Fine, and just thank you very much.
Easy slap.
But yeah, going back to Vettel, I think I hated him before he done anything wrong, because I remember back in 2010, Mark Webber was leading the championship. He was doing great. He was leading the championship, and then it was like the mid-season break, and then I went into Tesco, and I saw Red Bull cans, and every single packet had Sebastian Vettel's face on it.
All right.
And not like there was nothing. They had no merch, no like advertising for anything to do with Mark Webber. And I was like, Mark is leading the championship right now. He right now is your #1 driver. He's leading the World Drivers' Championship. And he was like 12 points clear or something at this point. He was doing great. He was just getting no support from the team. And so because of that, I really, really didn't like Vettel. I was just like, you've just came in here, you're a young upstart, and you're getting everything handed to you. And I really hated him for it. And then, yeah, the multi-21 thing and like the crash that he had and stuff as well with Mark, I was just like, those little incidents all added up in my head to just being like, I really dislike this guy. And then, like, since he got out of Red Bull, he's just like became much more relaxed and much more of a human.
Yeah. You know, we were just talking about like momentous things for like what's the one memory that stands out for each driver. What's the one memory that stands out for Mark Webber for you?
Stands out for what?
Mark Webber.
So that this is probably a thing to. It's rude to call it as a memory because it only came out after the fact, but I think it was in 2010 as well, or 2011. He was basically still fighting for the championship, and then he raced the final like 6 races with a broken elbow, because basically he'd went out skiing or something and broke his elbow, and then he decided not to tell the team because the team wouldn't allow him to race. So he done all of his training, like with his like trainer, not telling the trainer that he had broken his elbow. So he was still like lifting weights and stuff with a broken elbow.
Oh,
because it was like, if I tell the team, or if like my trainer tells the team that I have broken my elbow, they will not let me race, and I am in a position where I can win the championship. So he like totally fell off in pace. He didn't win it, but he totally fell off the pace in the final like 6 races, and it was like, what the hell's happened to him? And it was because he was racing with like a broken arm. It was like, what a unit! Like,
you know what my memory is for it?
What's that?
The backflip in Valencia.
Oh yeah, yeah. It was pretty good.
I just wow.
That was one of those moments where you were like you know the performance of the cars and you know like how they're designed, and then seeing the physics act that way from like who was it he hit the back of again?
Wasn't it like Kovalainen or Truly? I can't remember.
I was thinking it might be Barrichello, but yeah, just like seeing like basically the inverse of like the airflow and then being like woof, like damn, yeah.
What was it? I think it was Kovalainen he hit. Oh my god, it's so instant. I just watched a replay of it. Fuck.
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it?
Who did he crash into? Anybody know? Someone in the chat tell us.
I thought it was Barrichello, but like yeah, that was a moment right there. I miss Mark Webber. Mark was great.
That was pre Halo as well.
Yeah.
There was a bit where he actually lands upside down as well.
Yeah.
It's mental to me now to think that how dangerous driving in F1 was prior to the Halo.
I mean,
and then when the Halo was introduced, it was like everyone hated it, no one really wanted it, and then
yeah.
Right.
That wasn't even the first time that Mark Webber flipped a car though. Like that. He was driving Le Mans and he flipped his car as well. Done the exact same thing. Backflipped the car. It's like, how do you do that twice? Come on.
And survive both times.
Yeah.
By the way, right, we were fighting in Rookies EU Season 2. You weren't in the Season 1 if I remember correctly. I think I was in Season 1, but only from like Brands Hatch onwards. It was my first race, and I had never done a league race in ACC. Not a proper league race, anyway. It was like learning about the game and stuff. And then, yeah, Season 2 was where I properly practiced and actually picked pace up quite nicely. I wasn't like super fast, obviously, but... And I got my first win in Season 2. I was well proud of myself. I actually almost cried. Confirmed. Oh, Pavlias.
Can confirm.
Passing a pit laner. That'd be Daniel Joseph. Going in for, I believe that's his final pit stop. And if you look where Nicholas Taylor is, literally on an island. The guy couldn't be any further away from cars if he tried.
Yep. Although, as we say, Povolitis got a big jump from the pit stop, so like it's worked out very well for Povolitis. If everyone was to pit right now, and as we say, Taylor, it says that he is going to be taking that 15 seconds, that puts him in the pack. You know, that puts him potentially behind Vining, so that would be nice.
Who did Mark Webber crash
let's Google this.
with in Valencia? Yeah, Kovalainen. Nailed it. Did I say Kovalainen? I said Kovalainen, didn't I?
Yeah, you said Kovalainen or Trulli. And I thought it was Barrichello.
Hey, check me out. I got a historic crash from 2014, was it? I think it was 2014. No. Yes.
No, it was earlier than that. It was 2010.
Nah.
2010, guaranteed. 2010. Look it up. Look it up. Tell me I'm right. 2010.
Checking. Don't remember it being that long. It must have been 2010. There's a video uploaded at 2010, so I'm going to go with 2010. It's definitely not 2014 if there's a thing uploaded at 2010 for it.
I think Mark had retired by 2014.
No, don't say that. Yeah, I think you're right. You're right. I actually just noticed Ogden has damage to the rear of that McLaren. They must have had a punt from Barnett.
Oh, look at me with my knowledge. Mark Webber retired after the 2013 season.
Insane in membrane.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the most unremembered F1 driver ever?
I mean, that... Right, okay, so we're going to... There is a specific answer to this question. But if you mean underappreciated...
No, just nobody gives a damn about that person anymore. Nobody remembers that person.
I mean, there was a driver who literally only raced for one race.
I don't think we can count that person.
I mean, yeah. So I can't remember his name. It was Mario something. But he...
Was he our best friend called Luigi?
Yes.
Sorry, Azure.
Yes. Yeah, and like he drove for Jordan. I think he basically just he went out. It was like raining or something, and he went out, done an installation lap, and then he basically just didn't compete at all for the rest of it. So it's like, yeah, not done. Irvin's not fine.
Yeah, he's never remembered. You should drive it. Fair. For me, no one remembers him nowadays. Yeah, I wouldn't say that's true. I mean, like, for me, it's probably Nico Hulkenberg, right?
Oh, is Raven Duck still here?
Is he here? Is he here?
I mean, there's a few drivers that you would like. You could basically just be like, these people no one gave a shit about. Like that Winkelhawk as well. Like
who?
Marcus Winkelhawk? Mark Winkelhawk?
You mean? Oh, does anybody want online strips without clothing?
Yes. Me too.
Wait, this person's already been hidden on this channel. How can I see that message?
Amazing.
Wait, Cam's here?
Hi, Cam.
How did he do that so quickly?
What a unit.
That guy wow, Cam, you beast.
Yep, what a lad. But yeah, Marcus Winkelhop, he raced either for Jordan or for Spiker, I can't remember. But he, he raced again in one race, and then like he disappeared because he was like 40 seconds off the pace or something.
Oh,
yeah. Who else? Who else is really shit?
Can't have people posting the competition to my only cams. Oh my god, that's a brilliant name.
But we came up with only cams, remember?
No, we didn't.
We did.
Did we?
Yeah, it was like an R&L thing when he was there, and we said about only cams.
Oh, yeah, probably. Yeah. Strips without clothing, how is that even possible? Just peel your skin off? Oh, I felt ill saying that. Oh, do you know? Oh no, I'm cringing saying this, right? But my girlfriend's son was eating an ice lolly the other day, and I mean, he was biting the fucking.
Amazing.
It was a fab, and he was like straight biting chunks. Anyway, since we're talking about other stuff,
You know what? If we're going to be talking about drivers though, because like I don't think it's fair to just talk about the drivers who are like in and out, right? We should probably have someone who was in for like a decent chunk of time, but like was just so shit that no one remembers them.
Yeah.
So who's someone you think that was just?
Alright,
It was terrible, but it wasn't terrible enough to get a name for himself like Maldonado. Like,
yeah, because I was gonna say Maldonado because he was like he was only there for what, a season maybe, and he did
Maldonado
nothing
was
of any
there for
use.
a while.
He did. Maldonado did actually have one really good race.
He
at
won
Monaco.
a race, yes.
Oh, Chris, that's lawnmower.
Maldonado was in F1 for like 5 years, 6 years.
Karun Chandok. I don't know how Karun Chandok has actually made a career.
He wasn't great, yes.
He was
I would
a
agree with
terrible
that.
F1 driver.
He wasn't terrible.
No, you're right. He was
wasn't,
god
like-
awful.
He wasn't. I mean,
That's coming from me, by the way. I'm terrible.
yeah.
I was a bad F1 driver.
What was? Who was the other guy?
The other guy, Paul Resta. He was also
No.
shit, mate.
No.
I joke. I like Paul Resta.
Who was the? No. I'm trying to think of the, there was an Indian boy that got a race for a season. What was his name? Karthikeyan.
Oh yeah.
Karun was definitely better than Karthikeyan, in my opinion.
But that's not really saying much, is it?
I mean, they were teammates.
You
Were
know
they not?
who?
Were they teammates?
I don't know. I imagine so. Force India, wasn't it?
No, because it was Karthikeyan was around before. I don't know. So I'll have to double check, but I think Karthikeyan initially came in for Jordan, and then I think did he come back from Arusha?
I don't remember. Morning, Pingu.
Someone else will have to tell us in the chat.
Most not appreciate an unforgotten name in the history of F1 has to be Roland Ratzenberger.
Yes, yeah, that's fair. That is fair. That's a good shout.
I never even heard of that name, so I'm going to
Well, he died the day before Senna. That's why you've never heard of him.
He got shadowed immediately.
Yeah.
Poor guy, even in death, he was overshadowed. That's awful.
Yeah. That is probably, yes, I would say the most forgotten name in F1 history. But I don't even think this is up for debate now. That is correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, is that topic 7?
Time for a new topic. Who's the best? Oh, that was a spicy topic right there.
Yeah, well, we just don't even need to have this conversation because we already know it's Max Verstappen, so we can just move on.
I mean, hard yikes.
In all seriousness, ignoring the whole Hamilton Verstappen debate as to who's better than who, I really, really don't know how this season's going to end.
Yeah, I put a poll in my work's motorsport channel earlier to basically see like who thought where, and it was like 54% thought Hamilton was going to win. But there was like, it was interesting because like reading the replies, a lot of people were like, I'm a Max fan but think Lewis will do it, and a lot of Lewis fans were like, I'm a Lewis fan but think Max is going to do it. And I was like, oh, this is what you like to see though. Is like, no one knows how it's going to go. There's two races to go, and even the fans of the other driver are like, I don't think he can do this. It's like, it's so good. It's so nice to see.
Oh, Bauer's in.
Yep, Bauer's coming in. A little speedy pit.
These guys are actually doing it around about the same time as where they were before. This is getting to a point now where the strategy, especially those that boxed early, do you remember? So who was that? There was Barnett, and was it Joseph? It wasn't Joseph, was it? It was somebody else. I'm sure it was somebody else. Pierce, wasn't it?
I don't think it was Pierce.
I'm pretty sure it was Pierce. I'd put mine down to being Pierce.
Maybe it was Pierce. I don't know. I mean, know.
He's in now. He's in now, so he's trying his strategy. But yeah, Povlitis, if you remember, he actually came out ahead of Chris and Bauer.
Yep.
And he's obviously boxed again now, so and he's coming through
And he's
on
well
the home
clear.
straight, and yeah, he's
Well clear.
miles ahead. And when Nicholas Taylor serves his 15-second penalty for as in damage, which is now a penalty technically because he's going to serve it, he doesn't have to.
Yeah.
He's still doing 33s.
He's doing it
He's
for the
literally
gram.
done a 33-4.
Yeah. Doing it for the gram.
He's gotta be so bored.
That's why he's coming in to get an extra 15-second break, just to be like, maybe play a game of Pokemon or something while he waits.
Become a Pokemon. This guy pits, starts Pokemon Blue for the first time, becomes a Pokemon Master, and gets out of the pit lane and still wins the race.
Gonna be the very best.
I actually have a memory of playing Pokemon Blue back on the old Game Boy, as in the OG Game Boy. Driving back from Flamingo Land, which if you don't know what it is a theme park in Yorkshire.
No. You went to Flamingo Land, mate. I'm going to have to put my foot down.
What? It's a place. It's an actual place. Google it.
Put my foot down, Flamingo.
Oh, fuck me. You're terrible. That's bad, man. That's really bad. They have a little juicy fight going on there. Jonas Hackler in trouble with a Silver. Adam Silver, all opinions, crevice.
Lucky Silver.
Oh, that's a slide.
I've been plying that Yonte with lots of alcohol to get up in his crev.
Have you actually?
Always.
Was he drunk?
Yep.
Hitting in 2. Let's go.
Oh, baby.
Where's Pavlice then? Because we've got Vining in the pits. I think he's cleared him, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's definitely...
Oh, he's miles ahead. He's gone.
He's... Away.
In before Pavlice wins this race. Lol. Never mind. That would be insane, but it won't happen.
I honestly don't even
Wait,
think he's
could?
under 15 seconds anymore.
I don't think anyone is.
So he would have to overtake him on merit.
Jonas Hackler. Yeah, anyway, as I was saying, coming back from Flamingo Land to go home and having to wait until a street light had passed so I could make the next move in Pokemon. As you're driving down the road, waiting for the next lamppost to be in range so you could see what you was doing.
Clearly, you weren't as good as I was when I was younger, because I had the OG light that you'd put on your
you'd lose it.
and it had like the little the zoom in screen things that would like magnify the screen for you as well. I was like, I had one of those bad boys.
You weren't all as rich as you, mate. Jesus.
I mean, what can I say? Just was selling feet pics and could afford it.
Remember when the Game Boy Color came out and that was revolutionary? Oh my god, we've got color Game Boys. This is insane. I can play Tetris and look at different colors.
Aye.
And then the Advance came out, and I was just like, this. Oh no, the Advance, which also didn't have a backlight. And then the Advance SP came out, and that had a backlight, and that was like mental.
Good times. Good times.
Yeah. Now you've got the Switch.
Which is just
now. Let's go.
One of the greatest ways to play games.
Right, 15-second repair. Oh, did he speed? Please tell me he sped.
Oh, I don't think he did, but
it was
close.
Flipping close.
That was very close.
He either absolutely... Cam, check it. Cam. Cam, get him.
Time for the only cams.
The poor guy.
Right, so let's have a wee little look. Where is Povolitis? Povolitis is just coming up to the chicken.
Oh, he's never getting him. He's never getting him. That's like what, like a 45-second gap at least.
But with an extra 15 seconds,
But it's half of it's 30-second pit stop normally. Add the 15 on top of the 45. It might be close, but I don't think it will be. I think Nicholas is going to be on his merry way in no time.
On his way, lad.
Well, he's still stationary.
Oh yes, I think it's going to be a
be the man next to you.
Oh yes,
it's going to be really close.
Basic.
Get him!
Basic.
Coming out of the pit lane. There he is.
Oh, he's within sight. Povolitis.
Yeah.
You've
And
got
then-
your target. Go get your boy.
Have him.
Have it.
Get him. Oh, he's gone wide. This is your chat. No, he hasn't. Come on, Pavlai. She's got warmed up tyres. He's got no excuse. He's even got a new car. It means he's going to be even faster. Oh, Michael's
Or it means he's not used to how much grip he's going to have and he's going to fuck it.
Gonna be the man who wakes up next to you.
And before Taylor overtakes Silver and Jonas Hakala before they
Before they box, yeah. I mean, he's not that far. Well, he is. 11 seconds. I mean, if they battle and a mistake is made, it could happen. The grip I have is fantastic. Oh, for God's sake. Cam, just
add the ballast.
double check. Was he
Release the Kraken.
finish in P1? Yeah, for now. It won't last long.
Oh, Finland, this is my national anthem for you, Finland. Finland.
I've actually only just now spotted. Oh, Yonti is in. Jonas is in. The boxing. I was actually just gonna say I've only just noticed that the Aston actually spits fire and it comes out on both sides of the car. Obviously, I knew the exhaust was there, but I just didn't notice it spitted fire. And it
Actually, someone overtook me the other day coming home, and they was spitting IRL, and they were spitting fire out their car, and I was just like, I don't think that's road legal, mate. Like,
that's not legal
just,
tender.
I'm just sitting here in traffic, and you're bursting flames into my face. Like,
Land of F1, you have to be grateful what you get, even for a couple of laps. Yeah, fair enough. You know, like that time when Stroll was leading for most of the race and then bottled it.
to be fair, that was I wouldn't say he bottled that. That was more this whole strategy and tyre choice. It just did not work well for him.
I just remembered Baku this year.
Oh right, I thought you were talking about what was it?
I was talking about Istanbul Park. Okay.
Yeah.
I was talking about Istanbul Park, but I was just saying separately. I've just remembered Baku this year, and how mad that crash was, and how mad that Verstappen crash was. But if he'd gone the other way, he would have had a much different crash.
Yeah.
If he'd gone left instead of right, that would have been a horrible crash.
Yep. But you know, walked away from it. All was fine. And realistically,
he kicked his car in anger. That's how well he was fine.
Yeah. Well, I mean, realistically speaking, like the teams must have been doing something with the tires for those type of blowouts. Like it was because like after that race they changed the ruling on PSIs. So
for God's sake.
Yeah, like there was clearly they were pushing like in the testing of like. When they were getting it tested, it was like a certain limit, but like they had it at like certain temperatures, so the pressure would change like post testing. So it was like they stopped that, so you can't do that shit anymore. So it was like, well, you clearly were running it, you know, out of the bounds that Pirelli set. But yeah,
this is ridiculous. He's a full second up before we even get.
Yeah, he hasn't.
Wait, isn't this fast? This is going to be faster than his quali time, right? What did he do?
I can't remember what he's done. Sorry, he's done faster than his quali then. That's...
Yeah, well...
Oh, no, sorry. He's done a 32.6.
So...
yeah, 32.6 was what he done.
This is a 32.2.
What a unit.
Oh, no. Wait, no way. He's not doing a 31. Right? Am I? Delta's wrong. Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, Delta's wrong. No, Delta's wrong. Delta's wrong.
Oh.
I remember now. Yeah. On me. Or is it?
Yeah, I was excited. I mean, he's...
Oh, no, of course. This is Delta from his pit stop. Yeah, on me. Let's see what time it is. Is he going to do a 32? Have we seen a 32? 33.1. God damn.
Yeah. So just to put that into context, folks, that is 0.2 faster than the next fastest car on the track, which was Bauer, and Bauer managed that once. He has never been close to that again.
Still insane. Well, The idea of Pavlaz being in was it was an enjoyable one. What's his gap? 2.5.
It's just a fantasy.
Is this still alive?
2.5.
The exclamation mark equals P1. And I was talking
That's just
how
how
if a
excited
Finnish
was.
driver is in P1, we're like we, and after we realise what is actually happening, we look back to the dark day we normally have. Remember the good old days when Raikkonen was good? You remember the good old
Raikkonen's still
days
good.
when
It's just, you know, finishing car.
I remember the good old days when Mika Hakkinen was good.
No. Not because he's not a good driver, but because, you know, that was a long ass time ago, and I can barely remember what I've done today.
I was a wee lad when what's his face was actually any good. Mika Hakkinen. There you go. I keep honestly, every time I think of Mika Hakkinen, I just cannot stop my brain from going Heikki Kovalainen. I don't know why.
Yeah. I think I do remember Mika racing because he was racing for like I started watching F1 with my granddad when I think it was like 2 or 3, so that like he was racing through all that thing, but like I don't really remember any of the individual seasons well. You know, I remember the races,
Yeah.
but like I can't remember where they like fell into each other. But it was mostly like during his tenure at McLaren. It was mostly just watching like, you know, the Michael Schumacher show.
Yeah.
So
I remember those days. I wasn't actually that into F1 until like sort of 2010-ish. I got introduced to it from the girl I was going out with at the time. Her dad was watching it on TV, and I was like, oh, this looks cool. Oh, look at that rookie mistake from Nicholas Taylor. Imagine hitting that curb.
unbelievable.
Yeah, I introduced me to it, and I was like, oh, this looks cool. What's this? It's Formula 1? All right. And I sat and watched it, and he was like sort of talking to me about it, like explaining what it was and stuff, and then got kind of hooked on it ever since. How did you get into F1?
My granddad was always watching it when I went round to see him on Sundays.
How did you get into ACC, actually?
How did I get into ACC? Because I was forced to by this weirdo that I knew
Say it. Say it. What's his name? What's his name?
Ben McConnell.
Oh, yeah? Yeah. Sounds like a cool class guy. Sounds like a stand-up dude.
I mean, clearly you've not met him then.
Shit, dude. Just could have just been nice for once.
I mean, I could have, but I wasn't.
I would have been doing my job if I was, would I? Hey.
Yet. Yeah, Kaki, that was, to be fair, it was a pretty good rivalry. Very
I think this
for a lot of it.
I think this rivalry between Verstappen and Hamilton is going to be probably the best rivalry we've ever had.
I don't think so.
I don't mean this season alone. I mean...
No, I know, but that's why I don't think so.
Why?
Because Lewis is going to retire before, like, there's too big a gap, basically. Like, if they were both going to be in their prime, like, really close to each other, like, then yes, I could see this being, like, the greatest rivalry we'll have ever had in the sport. But Lewis is going to retire, and then, like, Max is just going to be, like, you know, sweeping up the competition for ages on his own. So...
I don't think he will. I don't think he'll retire yet.
I mean, I don't think he's going to retire in the next 2 years, but after that, it's questionable if he's going to stay.
Well, I think a 3-year rivalry would be pretty sick, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the Rosberg and Hamilton rivalry was considered legendary, and that was for 1 season.
Well, no, it wasn't. It was much more than that. 4 seasons, really. But the problem is that next season, I don't think it's going to be much of a rivalry. I think Red Bull's going to have by far the best car, and Max is just going to waltz off into the distance. Like, I think Max has won next year very, very easily, because all the changes that are coming in next year are aero changes, and the best team on the grid for designing aero packages are Red Bull. And they now have an engine that is very, very, very capable. So...
Yeah, but they're moving away from the engine.
No, they're not. They're keeping the engine.
They're moving away from the power unit that Honda have given him.
Nope, they're not. It's being rebadged and they've bought it over.
Oh,
So that like
oh, yeah.
it is the exact same engine.
On me.
So yeah, they've basically got a really solid power unit and they'll have really solid aero. So I don't think Mercedes can challenge that next season. So
Hamilton will retire after 23. Russell will start to take over end of 22. Ooh.
Yep.
Ooh, I forgot about him. Oh, I
Yep.
completely forgot about Russell. You reckon he's even going to do well?
yes, I do.
I mean, I when I first saw him drive for, when I saw him driving Williams, I thought this guy's brilliant. And then I saw him drive that Mercedes once, and I thought this guy's incredible. He's going to be amazing. But I've not seen anything good from him since.
To be fair, that Williams has looked like it's taken a bit of a downturn in the last few races. But like, because he's been doing well this season, you can't say like he got P2 in Spa, like in quali. Like, you can't say that he's not been performing.
And then the race.
Yes, because the race wasn't a race, so we can't count that as being him being good. But the, yeah, like if that race had went ahead, he would not have finished P2. Like, it wasn't happening.
Max versus Mazepin. How about that?
To be honest,
in a UFC cage fight, maybe.
Probably the rivalry that we remember most might actually end up being Max versus George. Because realistically, George has all the hallmarks of becoming champion himself. All he needs now is time in the seat and like to keep like refining his craft. The same way Max has done over the last 7 years. You know, Max has spent time in the car and got better and better and better. George just needs that same time in the car, getting better and better. But he's all the raw talent and ability is there. So Max and George could end up being like an era-defining rivalry.
Well, only time will tell, eh? Only time will tell.
Yep.
I'd be surprised if it is. Truth be told. Usually, a big rule change means a team will find a clever loophole in rules, and you get a situation like Braun with the double diffuser.
Yep.
Yeah, and you know what? Red Bull wouldn't surprise me if they found it, but they also have Mercedes, who are also really good at finding stuff like this too. So
yeah,
maybe
like
they both find their own.
A lot of the Mercedes back-end staff have left to go to Red Bull, to go to Williams, and to go to Aston. So, like, the team that we know that built the team that's been dominant have all left. Like, don't forget, like, Braun was instrumental in Mercedes' success. And then he left, go fishing, and then came back to do, like, FIA shit. He did. He literally he retired to go fishing, and then they kept asking him to come back, and eventually he was like, "Oh, you know what? I'm a bit bored of fishing now, so sure."
You can only catch so many fish. There's not plenty of fish in the sea. They lied.
So he came back, and but he was instrumental in the how they built the team up. Like between him and Toto, and also Lauda to an extent, because without Lauda they would never have got Hamilton. Lauda was the person who convinced Hamilton to come and join the team. So,
sorry, Matt Topham has just reminded me. He was saying we should talk about British GT instead. Can't talk about British GT because I haven't watched any British GT in a while. However, I did watch the GT World Challenge race at Bathurst. I think it was race 1 at Bathurst, and on the opening lap, it was the most hilarious thing. And Audi decided he was going to absolutely send it before the lights even went green. Went overtook around the outside, then realized, oops, I shouldn't have done that, and then backed off. Let like way more cars than he initially than where he started through, and then coming down Conrad Straight, coming into the braking zone for the chicken, the guy ahead of him broke a little bit early, and he just went bam right in the back of him and sent him off the track. It was amazing. The whole time was just like, what are you doing? What are you planning, pal? What were you hoping?
What the hell are you playing at over there?
Yeah, I just thought I'd share that. You're welcome.
Well, that one.
We have seen a 32, by the way, from Nicholas Taylor. 32.9.
Yep. He's a unit.
And he still did a 33.1 last lap. What is this guy on? Even when he was nerfed with 15 seconds of damage, he was still only like 3 or 4 tenths off of where he is. Did you know that Matt Topham is British GT4 Pro-Am champ of this year?
Indeed.
What,
Indeed we
IRL?
did.
Are you lying?
No.
Wait, as in this Matt Topham here is a GT4 Pro-Am even?
Yep, I've mentioned this on comms before.
Ah, you're a liar.
No, I have. Go back and watch them.
Who drives GT4s though, alright?
Yeah, who drives them? Who drives them? See? Kaki remembers. Don't you dare think I'm a liar.
Go on then, Matt. Tell us about your GT4 run around. You've got 9 seconds. We are on the final lap. Nicholas
It
Taylor.
does show how much you pay attention to me, though. Just,
Sorry, what did you say? I won't listen.
See? Knew it, guys. Knew it.
Knew it.
Unbelievable techers.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable techers, Polly. This has very much been the Nicholas Taylor show. I'm not going to lie.
Yep.
He has... Do we call the finals already? Do you get extra points for being miles down the road?
I mean, no, but do you want to?
Looking for the subtitles. Yes, Stuart, I like that. Good morning to you too. Just having morning coffee in Australia, looking for the subtitles.
Soz.
So am I. I'll give you one of them. My Australian accent is like a mixture of Cockney and the occasional Australian in there as well. It's so bad. Well, round the final corner, the race leader, Nicholas Taylor, almost hits the wall and takes the dub. Pavolitis, P2, go on.
Are you just going to, break out all the Cockney rhyming slang and then say that's how they speak in Oz?
The thing is, every time I think of Australian accent or anything, I always think of Dumb and Dumber when he goes, let's put another shrimp on the barbie. Because he's talking about Austria, even though he has no idea. David Michaels taking P6. Nathan Pierce, the one of 3 McLarens, and the fastest of them today. We'll cut him some slack, because the McLaren is bad here. And he can have a nice juicy P7.
Juicy sushi.
And then, the letdown of the day.
Oh, don't worry. Yonte, I'll still love you.
Jonas Hakola, P8. Adam Silver, take a P9 prior to his penalty, but I think Barnett is a bit too
he's
far
6
back
seconds away, so
really get
Hill keeps it.
Isn't it as bad as Mull trying to do your accent? I haven't actually heard Mullock try to do our accent before. It does sound like something I want to hear.
You keep your mouth to yourself. Our accent.
Listen, right? You should know how it works now. You're British when there's something good that you guys have done. You're Scottish when you've done something bad. Okay? That's just the way it works.
Yes, Daddy.
Well, that brings us to a close here today for the round 1 of the finals at Alton Park. Obviously, we'll be back again next week of round 2 at Misano. So it's going to be pretty a beast of a track, isn't it? Let's be honest. I think have you ever driven Misano before?
On ACC, I don't think so.
Is he really, Nicholas? You dab in the chat as well? Oh, you're such a
16,
Fortnite.
of course he dabs.
Easy dub. I've driven Misano. Apparently McLaren's actually OP there. So if I don't do well next week, thummy.
Yep. To be fair, I always say it's on you. So.
Oh. Have a good night. If you haven't already hit the thumbs up button, please do. And if you haven't hit subscribe, do it as well. It's free of charge. Doesn't cost you a thing and makes a massive difference to the Octane Online Racing guys. And we'll be back next week for more ACC action. Round 2 of the finals. And it's going to be Misano. I like that track. I'm just not good at it. See you then. Love you too. Bye.